Just think about being able to charm anyone with 3 words. Doesn't it sound impossible? But what if I told you that this secret had been known by Stoic thinkers for more than 2,000 years? In a world where relationships are getting shallower and people are looking for magic bullets to make real bonds, there is an old truth that not many people know. It is such a powerful find that it will change the way you interact with others forever. If you knew that just a few words could connect you deeply and instantly with anyone, what would you do? Get ready to learn the secret that old wise people have kept hidden for hundreds of years. This secret will change your relationships forever. 1. The power that is hidden. How many times have you seen that person who always seems to be in love? They always seem to have someone to hang out with, and everyone wants to go on dates with them. In the meantime, you do everything you can to win them over. You change your habits, listen to tips on the internet, and try every other method you can think of. Not a single thing works. That friend or co-worker who always has a boyfriend when they want one, or the person who works with they all the time. It seems like some people are naturally good at getting love, like they have a secret that no one else does. Have I told you that there is a secret? Something so easy that it will surprise you, but so powerful that it can change your whole love life. It's not about being pretty, wealthy, or well-known. This is something that anyone can do, no matter what age or look they have. How many times have you changed who you are to make someone happy? Say you've tried to act like you liked or were interested in the same things as someone else many times, but it never worked, right? The relationship either stopped or never got going in the first place. Doesn't it bother you when everyone else finds love but you, for you to see your friends in happy relationships while you're still looking for your own? It's not your fault that this happened, though. You just didn't know the secret, up until now. Everyone has been there. You meet someone you like, you do everything you can to get their attention, but nothing works. Something even worse is that when you finally get a date, everything goes wrong, and you don't know what you did wrong. You've never experienced anything like the power I'm about to show you. The point is not to look good, say the right things, or act like someone you're not. It's about something deeper. What makes people fall in love with you on their own? It would be great to be able to walk into any place and instantly meet interesting people. You wouldn't have to do anything or worry about what to say. Imagine being sure that just by being yourself, you can win over anyone you want. Not only is it important to find someone, but also to make that love last. After all, you can't win someone over if you can't keep them by your side, right? It's like this magic power can bring 2 people together or make love grow stronger every day. Have you ever thought about how great it would be to be sure of love? That sureness that you can find love and be happy in a relationship. So, you never have to worry about being turned down or being alone again. You can reach all of this. You already have the power I'm about to show you. It's just waiting to be found. It's like you've always had the key to love, but no one has shown you how to use it. Wait for it. This is going to change your love life for good. In the steps that follow, I'll show you how to bring this special power to life. Don't put yourself through more pain in love. Start living the life you've always wanted. Because of this, 3 easy words will help you find your secret power. I trust myself. Something special happens when you look at yourself in the mirror and say those words. Self-help and positive thought aren't the point. The point is to understand and use your own power of attraction. People can tell when you trust yourself. People are naturally pulled to the way you shine. It's like a light goes on inside you. If you say these 3 words every day with conviction, they will change your attitude and the way you interact with other people. These things are the key to your hidden power. When you let your true self shine through, you automatically bring the right people into your life. 2. Right away, connect. When 2 eyes meet for the first time, it's beautiful. At that very moment, the heart beats fast, the hands start to sweat, and time seems to stop. Every great love has that one moment when 2 people feel instantly connected, even before they say a word. A lot of people think that to win someone over, they need to know just the right words to say. They plan out every word of their pickup lines and remember them by heart, though the 2 people are already attracted before they even say a word. In the energy you send out, it's something that is made in silence. Think of that person who makes everyone look at them when they walk in. Being there is more important than being pretty or having nice clothes. Anyone who is near them, talks to them, or wants to get to know them better, wants to be around them. The most amazing thing is that the quick link is like a thread that runs through 2 people. You think, wow, it seems like we've known each other for years, even though you just met. There's no pressure to talk or smile, and you feel like you're the only person in the room, even if there are a lot of people there. Being here is what makes this relationship work. Nothing bad can happen when you are fully in the present moment, not thinking about what you're going to say next or what other people are thinking. That's like sending a quiet message that says, I am here in full. When people are in love, they often do something terrible. Making a good image is so important to them that they forget to be there and feel the moment. When you close your hands around water, the harder you squeeze, the more water will leak out. When you calm down and let it come, you'll feel truly connected. It's not an accident that you feel a connection with someone right away. It's because both of you are truly open to each other. There are no masks, games, or efforts to impress. It's just 2 real people connecting with each other. Amazing things start to happen when you learn how to make that quick connection. People start to feel naturally drawn to you. You're like a magnet that always brings the right people into your life. You don't have to chase, force situations, or come up with complicated ways to take someone over anymore. True love comes from being able to connect with someone in a clean way and let them be present with you. They feel like they know each other even before they speak. It's like a quiet dance. The most beautiful love stories start in this holy place of being present. Plus, do you know what's really cool? You can't just use this quick link to find love. It changes how you interact with family, friends, and co-workers as well. Your relationships will grow stronger and more important when you learn to be fully present. Rather than the words you use, the power of attraction has more to do with how present you are. It means giving the other person a place where they can be themselves without fear of being judged, expected, or demanded. It's in this place of freedom where the strongest relationships happen. Do not stress about what you will say or how you will behave. The silence between words, the look that lasts a second longer, and the genuine smile that just comes out of the blue are all signs of instant connection. Being open to the light of another person and letting your own shine are both important parts of this. When 2 hearts dance in silence and let themselves be present, they start to really like each other. There are no hard-to-understand rules or magic methods. There is only the simple act of 2 people letting a real, pure, and life-changing bond happen. And it is just at this moment of deep bonding that 3 easy words can change everything. I see you. To say, I am looking at you, is not just a surface-level thing. It means really recognizing that the other person is there. When you sincerely and fully look someone in the eyes and say, "I see you," something magical happens. That person feels like they are not only being seen, but that they are really being seen and understood in their core. At that moment, it felt like time stopped. Sometimes, just saying these 3 words at the right time and with all your heart can bring 2 hearts together right away. They turn the silent link that happens at first sight into sound, turning a normal meeting into a memorable moment. 3. The first word. Though a look can start love, words are what change it. How many love stories started with a simple talk? The power of the right words to reach someone deep inside is truly amazing. When people are chatting or dating, they care about making a good first impression. They get dressed up, practice what they're going to say, and try to look interesting. The energy that your words carry, on the other hand, is much stronger than any fancy outfit or well-prepped line. Have you ever thought about how some people's voices make everyone fall in love with them? It's how they say things, not what they say. People who hear it feel each word deeply because the speech is sincere and real. The start of a talk is like putting down a seed. If you plant it with love and care, it will grow big and pretty. But if you plant it quickly or incorrectly, it will die quickly. The first word is so important because it sets the tone for everything else. A lot of people miss out on special love because they're afraid to say something wrong. They are afraid of making mistakes so much that they act strangely. If you try to dance while counting the steps, you lose all of your flow and naturalness. In love, the first words are like an offer. You want the other person to come into your life and get to know you. There is no need for it to be complicated or hard. When spoken honestly, even the easiest words can have a huge effect. Think about the person who makes your heart beat faster. Think about how much power one word of yours could have over them. Being together is like having a key that opens a special door between you two. This door leads to a new world full of opportunities. Speaking with an open heart and letting your truth show through every word is what makes the magic happen, not using hard words or trying to impress. People can feel what you're saying. It's like your words naturally draw people in with their sparkle. The key is to realize that every word you say is energy that you send out into the world. When you speak love, love comes back to you. When you speak fear, fear comes back to you. The first word sets the tone for the whole talk, which is why it's so important. People spend their whole lives trying to find the right words to make someone like them, but there are no right or wrong words. People can always tell the difference between true and false words, even if they don't know how to explain it. You don't have to think too much when you meet the right person. Listen to your heart. If the words come from the heart, they are stronger than the best planned speech in the world. This feeling is like a dance between two hearts. It starts with one word, then another, and then they're dancing together to a song that only they can hear. That's how the most lovely love stories begin. Saying the truth is the first step to true love. It only needs to be real and not perfect or complicated. People will listen to you when you tell them the truth. It seems like magic, but it's just the way love works. That's why I'm being honest can make all the difference in a friendship. When you look someone in the eyes and say that, it's not just words. It's a promise to tell the truth. It's you showing that you are real, without any faces or tricks. When you are true from the very beginning, you make a holy place where love can grow naturally, without fear or barriers. This phrase has the power to break down walls, build bridges, and open hearts. 4. How quiet can work magic? A lot of people are scared of being alone in silence, especially when they are close to someone they care about. It is that need to talk all the time and feel desperate when the chat ends, as if quiet were a sign that something is wrong. As people get closer, they worry so much about what to say that they forget how powerful silence can be. When they're nervous, they talk non-stop and tell story after story to fill the time. But this is the exact place where magic happens. Think about the great times you've had with someone you love. The most interesting ones aren't usually the ones where people talk a lot. The most interesting ones are the ones where you can be quiet together. That nice, meaningful silence where words aren't needed. A lot of people don't know this, but silence can bring people closer together. You have made a real bond with someone when you can be quiet with them without feeling awkward or like you need to talk just to talk. It's like you speak a language that no one else does. People often do something simple wrong on dates. They try to impress by talking too much. They talk about all of their stories at once, like they're giving out a lot of information at once. True love, on the other hand, happens when you stop and let the other person be in the moment too. It needs to have flow, like a dance. There must be breaks in between the moves. When people aren't talking, there is silence. It's a time when hearts can listen to each other without words getting in the way. This is when links get really strong. Some people miss out on love because they don't know how to handle silence. They get tense at the first break in the talk because they think something is wrong and the other person has lost interest. They don't know that sometimes the silence is what makes people more interested. You can see your true self in silence, like looking in a mirror. You show that you are at ease with yourself when you can be alone in silence. And having peace with who you are is the most beautiful thing about someone. There is a lot of noise on social media because everyone wants to talk, show off, and be seen. But you'll really feel connected when you can find quiet times, even when there's a lot going on, like finding a garden in the middle of the desert. Some moments will stay with you forever, like that look that lasts a second longer, that pause full of meaning, or the time when you don't need to say anything because your heart is already talking. Being able to hold your tongue means you know not everything needs to be said. Feeling some things makes them more beautiful. When two people are deeply in love, there are times when they don't need to say anything because their love speaks for itself. Your relationships get stronger when you learn how to use the power of silence. No longer is it just talking for the sake of talking. Now there is a real link where every word is important because it comes after a deep silence. When there is silence, two hearts can talk to each other without words. This is when true love begins. It sounds like a song that only the two of you can hear. And it's in this moment of deep silence that the words, "I hear you," become very powerful. Not only should you listen with your ears, but also with your heart. You say a lot more than you think when you say these words, after a moment of deep silence. You are letting the other person know that you are there, that you are linked, and that you want to know them at their core. This trio of words is most powerful when there is silence between them, making a link that speaks volumes. 5. Inside truth. No one has never claimed to be someone else to impress someone. They change what they like, how they talk, and even who they are. We all want to look our best in order to impress someone. There is one problem with this plan, though. It never works for very long. There is a secret that no one tells you. The biggest draw comes from inside. This is the light that shines through when you're being real and not trying to be someone else. It's like breathing. When you do it naturally, you don't even know it. Think about all the times you've tried to be different to make someone happy. How did it make you feel? Most likely tired, acting like you like things you don't, and laughing at jokes that aren't funny. It's like putting on clothes that are too big for you. It doesn't matter how pretty they are, they'll never feel good. When you accept yourself just the way you are, you gain a special power. It's like an inner light went on. People see it, even if they don't know how to explain it. Everyone wants to be around you because of your natural charm, which doesn't need any tricks or acts. When people are in love, they often spend years trying to be someone else. They change what they wear, where they go, and even what they think, all to make the other person happy. What does happen, though? And then they fall in love with someone that doesn't exist. It's like a secret treasure. The more you dig into who you really are, the brighter it gets. You don't have to make it perfect. In fact, our flaws are what make us interesting and special. Did you know that it's easy to fall in love with someone who is happy with who they are and isn't always trying to impress you? It's because that person is in touch with their own truth, which makes them naturally beautiful. When you're in touch with your truth, words come out easily. It's like dancing to your favorite song. Your body knows what to do. You don't have to think about what to say or do. You can only find real love if you're honest with yourself first. You can't build something real on a lie. Because of this, the more you accept yourself, the more likely it is that you will find love that does too. The inner truth is brilliant in its own way, and no mask can copy it. Like a light, it brings the right people into your life. It comes naturally, so don't try too hard. Yes, it's just you being yourself. Not the most beautiful or wealthy people are the most attractive. People who are brave enough to be themselves and not afraid to show their truth are the most attractive. It looks like they have a secret, but the only secret is that they are real. People can only connect with each other if they are brave enough to show who they really are, without any masks, pretenses, or attempts to be someone they are not. It fits together like two puzzle pieces meant to be together. Just at this very moment of truth, 3 easy words change everything. This is me. The way you say that and how you feel about it makes something magical happen. That's when you say you accept yourself, and it takes guts to show who you really are. If you honestly say these 3 words, they will help you find people who will love you for who you are, not because of who you are. Moments like these are when your inner truth shines through the best, making you an attractive magnet for the right people. 6. Attraction by nature. There are a lot of ways to win people over and magic methods for finding love, but natural attraction is much more strong, and not many people know about it. That strange chemistry that just happens without any work, planning, or trying to follow any complicated rules. This gift is known by everyone. It seems like the right people just show up. You don't need to use a dating app or ask your friends to give you single people to meet. Love seems to know just where to find you. That natural pull is like a scent. You can't see it, but you can smell it. Everyone wants to be around certain people because they have that kind of spirit. It's not about money or how pretty someone is. It's about something deeper and more real. Ever notice how some people stand out when they walk into a party? They stand out not because they are the most beautiful or well-dressed, but because they have something unique about them that makes people want to look at them. They seem to shine from the inside out. Being yourself is the key to spontaneous appeal. Something magic happens when you're not trying to be someone else, when you're not following the rules of seduction, or when you're not pretending to be someone you're not. It's as if the universe tells you more truth after you tell it. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to force love. They keep messaging the person all the time, chasing them, and hoping that they will become interested. Natural pull, on the other hand, makes it stronger the less you press on it. It looks like a yard. To make a flower grow faster, you don't pull it out. Instead, you take care of it, water it, put it in the sun, and let nature do its thing. Love is the same way. People are naturally drawn to you when you work on your own energy. A lot of what makes you feel good about yourself is your natural draw. Other people can tell when you're content with who you are and don't need their support to feel whole. It's like sending a quiet message that is down for the mother. A lot of people spend their whole lives trying to find magic ways to draw love. But the best magic is just being yourself. Looking for the light switch in the dark is like trying to turn on a light when there is already one inside you. The coolest thing about natural draw is that it brings in the right people. The only people who will add something good to your life are those who are like you and will feel comfortable being around you. You don't have to worry as much about finding love once you know how powerful natural desire is. When you first start learning to swim, you move your arms and legs all over the place. But then you get the hang of it and learn to let go and let the water take you. When it comes to partnerships, desire is like a dance that you can't see. The beat is there, but you can't see the steps. Don't think too much or plan every move. Just let it happen. When someone realizes their own magnetic power, 3 simple words become clear. I am pure energy. These words are the key to making this natural force even stronger. Something amazing happens when you really understand and accept these words. When you finally understand that you are more than your looks or your accomplishments, your personal energy naturally grows. You are a live force of attraction, a walking magnetic field that brings the right people and experiences into your life. 7. The smart people's secret. There are good times and bad times in every relationship, but there is an old secret that only very smart people know that can totally change how you love and are loved. This is information that goes beyond what you can find in media or in modern interactions. People who are wise have always known that love isn't something you earn. It's something you grow, like a beautiful plant that needs daily care, attention, and most of all, patience. Just taking the plant out of the ground every day to check on the root is not going to help. True love starts a long time before you meet that special someone. This is an old secret that is easy but powerful. The relationship you have with yourself is the first step. It has always been known by the smartest people that you can't accept more love than you give yourself. Think about people who are always moving on to new relationships because they think the next person will be better or fill the hole left by the last one. They do not understand that they are seeking something outside that can only be found inside. To be smart, you need to know that attraction isn't about tricks or methods, but about your energy and the vibration you send out into the world. If you are at peace with yourself and accept yourself fully, you will easily meet people who feel the same way. Many years ago, someone said, "What you are looking for is looking for you." There is one catch, though. You have to be ready to receive. You can't hear anything if you're not on the right frequency, like when you tune in a radio. The same is true for love. Love is not a battle, it is a dance, as wise people have always known. It's not about following or hunting, it's about going with the flow. Once you know this, you stop trying to make things happen and start letting them happen on their own. An old story tells of a man who was looking for love very badly. There was something he was looking for, but he went all over the world and met a lot of people. Then a wise man told him, "Stop looking outside for what you don't cultivate inside." That's when things changed. The most important thing that smart people keep hidden is that real love takes time. It does not follow the time on the calendar or the clock. Instead, it follows the heart's time, which is much smarter than our worried mind. So it's like a fruit that needs to ripen on its own. If you pick it too early, you'll never get to taste the real fruit. Also, the smartest people know that love doesn't need any attention, likes, or support from other people. True love grows in the dark, out of sight, like a seed that sprouts underground before it grows on top. If you stop trying to control love and just let it happen, there is a magic that happens. Like when you first start surfing, you want to direct the waves, but as you go along, you understand that the key is to go with the flow. The most beautiful relationships start when both people know they are whole on their own and don't need the other person to make them whole. Sharing happiness is what true love is all about, not filling gaps. At the heart of all this old knowledge is a discovery that changes everything. I already am. These 3 words can change your love life forever. You don't have to wait for love to come along to feel whole, and you don't have to look for what you think other people are missing. It means being fully aware that you are already all that you need to be. When you really believe these 3 words, something magical happens. You stop looking for love and start to attract it on its own. This is because you finally get the secret that the 3 wise men have been trying to teach us all along. Real love starts when you know you're honest with yourself. 8th, words that help. Have you ever thought about how just a few words can make your whole day different? It could be a genuine good morning in the morning, a I love you whispered at the right time, or even a true thank you. When it comes to love, words have healing power that goes beyond what they mean in a book. Everyone has felt the pain of a broken heart, whether it was because of a lost love, being hurt by betrayal, or just feeling alone. That wound is like an unseen one that no one sees, but hurts more than any cut. However, some words have a special power that makes us feel like they can heal heartaches and scars that we thought would never go away. It's not hard to understand or a beautiful piece of writing. These are just easy words spoken from the heart. Words can heal the soul. The right words can heal a hurt heart in the same way that medicine heals the body. There is a catch, though. Just like medicine only works if you take it the right way, words can only heal if they are true. When we're in love, words hurt more than slaps. In times of anger, a mean word spoken out loud can hurt more than anything else. However, it's also true that words of true love can heal even the darkest scars. People who naturally know how to heal with words are truly amazing. They understand what you need to hear to feel better. There's no need to give advice or try to solve problems. The words must come from the soul in order to touch the heart. Think of someone who knows what to say when you're feeling down. You don't need to give a long speech or use hard words. Just say easy things with so much love that they sound amazing. It's like getting a hug through words. Words that heal are like seeds that are put in the heart. They might not seem to make a difference at first, but over time they grow, thrive, and change the whole garden of your heart. This is a normal process that can't be sped up. It's possible to grow words that heal, but some people spend their whole lives hanging on to words that hurt. Having stones in your pocket when you could have seeds is the same thing. It makes a huge difference which words you keep. The power of words to heal comes from the meaning behind them. It takes more love to say one word than to say 1,000 empty words. That feeling you get when someone looks you in the eye and says just what you need to hear. When it comes to partnerships, we forget that what we say can either bring people together or separate them. Each word you speak is like a choice. Do you want to heal or hurt? Would you like to build or destroy? You get to decide, and it makes all the difference. Love that heals, changes, and makes you feel better just by being there is the most beautiful love. It all starts with words. True, simple words that touch the soul. During this time of healing and change, 3 easy words take on a huge amount of power. You are safe. When said with love, these words can calm worries, heal old scars, and make a place where everyone can trust each other. Reading these words is like going to a safe place where your heart can finally let down its guard and heal, because that's what we all want in the end. A safe place to be ourselves and love and be loved without fear. 9. Having personal charm. That kind of natural charm has been seen in everyone. Anyone goes into a room and there seems to be a spotlight following them around. Everyone wants to be around them, but it's not because they're pretty or because they wear expensive clothes. It's something deeper and more strange. The right people will come into your life because of your personal attraction, which is like an unseen force. That energy is what makes someone drop what they're doing to listen to you. That something special is what makes people remember you, even after only a short time meeting you. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to be naturally good at making friends with everyone? It's not luck or chance. It's your own special energy at work. That skill is what makes each person feel unique and special. When it comes to love, personality is more powerful than any pickup line or method. That strange chemistry between 2 people that makes them connect, even in a busy place, as if there were an unseen thread that linked their hearts. People who are magnetic always know what's going on around them. They don't worry about what other people think or think about what they're going to say next. They just live in the present moment. The most amazing thing is that not everyone is naturally magnetic. The truth is that some people are naturally magnetic. If you know yourself, accept yourself, and love yourself more, you will simply be more magnetic. It's like building a muscle. Some people think they need to change everything about themselves to look better. They shift their clothes, their hair, and even the way they talk. But real attraction comes from inside. When you are at peace with yourself, that natural light shines through. Magnetism is like a scent. People can smell it, even if you don't say a word. People want to see you again, be with you, and share moments with you. It's that good feeling you get when you leave a place. Attraction between people is what makes love last in relationships. It's not about how they look at first, but how they feel and what keeps them interested. It's what keeps someone looking at you with those sparkly eyes after years of being together. Some people are very attractive because they don't try to please everyone. They are aware that the people who need to be attracted are automatically drawn to their energy. It's like a magnet that pulls in the right metal and pushes away the wrong ones. Being real is also a big part of personal attraction. As soon as you stop trying to be someone you're not and start accepting who you really are, magic happens. It's like the universe reacts to your truth with more truth. People are naturally magnetic, and the less they try to be magnetic, the more magnetic they become. Your natural light starts to shine brighter when you let go of the need to control everything. When you realize how powerful you are, 3 simple words become clear. I am pure energy. These words are the key to making your natural force even stronger. When you really understand and accept these words, something amazing happens. Your personal attraction naturally grows because you finally understand that you are much more than how you look or what you've done in the outside world. There is a magnetic area around you that automatically brings the right people and events into your life. 10. energy that changes things. There's a beautiful moment in every relationship when things change. It's like a different energy takes over. Did that ever happen to you? That one moment when everything changes and love turns into something more meaningful and deeper. Change energy is like a wave that changes everything it comes in contact with. In love, it shows up when you least expect it. It can be a different look, a word said in a certain way, or even just a moment of silence that seems magical. A lot of people are scared of this force that can change things. They remain stuck in their love because they are scared to change or give up. Like water between your fingers. The more you squeeze, the more it leaks out. It's important to let it run. Changes in love happen all the time, just like the seasons. Fall comes after summer, and spring comes after winter. Love needs to change too in order to grow. It's not possible to always want things to be the same. The beauty is in the changes. One of the amazing things about this energy is that it changes both you and the connection. It seems like every real love leaves a mark, a lesson, or a way to grow. Someone who loved you and changed you will never be the same. Some people in relationships wait for the other person to change, but the only way to really change is to change ourselves. It's like dancing. When one person changes their steps, the other person has to adjust to the new beat. The power to change is like a river that never stops moving. Every moment is different, every meeting is different, and every kiss tastes different. Love is lighter, deeper, and more alive when you accept this energy. The most beautiful love stories are ones that accept change and don't try to hold the other person stuck in the past. Instead, they let each other grow and change, and they choose to grow together. Funny how some couples can stay together for a long time and still feel passionate about each other. One of their secrets was that they knew love has to change to stay living. Every day is a chance to find love in a different way. Transformational energy can also be seen in hard times, like when fights turn into deep talks, when problems make love stronger, and when a couple works through problems together, they make the relationship more special. It's magical when two people decide to change into each other at the same time. It's not about changing the other person, it's about getting better together. When two trees grow together, their roots touch each other below the ground. But each tree has its own way to the sky. Love that doesn't stop, limit, or try to control is the kind that lets things change. This love is what gives wings, helps people grow, and praises each new version of the other. And it is at this moment of deep change that three words take on infinite power. I allow change. When you really believe these words, something amazing happens. It's like all the doors to love were opened at once. That's because letting change happen lets love grow, thrive, and start over. That's when you realize that the love that is stronger isn't the one that doesn't change, but the one that is brave enough to do so. 11. Bonds that last forever. Everyone hopes to find love that lasts forever, and a bond that is so strong that time can't break it. But not many people know that lasting ties are made every day, every moment. Why do we spend so much time trying to find magic ways to make love last? The answer is in the little things, like sharing a coffee in the morning, giving each other a hug for no reason, or whispering "good night" before bed. Like a tree's deep roots, eternal bonds get stronger over time. It's not how much time you spend together, but how good the moments you share are. It's better to have one real moment than 1,000 empty ones. Some people think that true love only appears in movies and books, but every day there are people who are able to build this kind of love. They choose to be together every day, not because they're lucky or special. How you care for your relationships is what makes them last forever. It's like taking care of a lovely yard all the time. It doesn't matter if you only water it when you remember or when it's almost dead. It needs to be cared for every day, all the time. One thing that not many people understand about long-term relationships is that it's not about spending all your time together. It's about how well you connect when you are together. Being present for just 1 minute is better than being present for hours and being sidetracked. One thing that makes eternal bonds unique is that difficulties make them stronger. It's like those old ropes that get stronger over time instead of weaker. Every problem they solve together is like a knot that makes the link stronger. There is a special beauty in writing a story together and then being able to look back and see how many times you shared moments, overcame problems, and realized goals together. It's like having 4 hands and writing a book. It's not love that never has problems that lasts forever. It's love that stays together even when things go wrong. When 2 people love each other deeply, they know that every problem is a chance to make their ties stronger. When 2 people form lasting bonds, they both know that love needs to be cared for every day with words of affection, actions of affection, and small acts of love that may not seem important but make a big difference. Some couples really know how to keep the spark alive after being together for a long time. The trick is that they always work on their relationship. Each day is a chance to make this bond stronger and the love grow even stronger. It's like every moment spent together is a thread that makes this fabric of love that will never end. Some posts are about happiness, some about getting better, and some about understanding. They're so strong together that nothing can break them. At the heart of this tapestry of love that will last forever are 3 words that show how powerful it is. I always choose you. Not just a promise of something that will happen in the future. It's a choice that is made every day in the present. You add another thread to this fabric of endless love every time you say these words with full truth, because they know that lasting bonds aren't just made by chance, but every day with decisions, care, and real love. 12. Old knowledge. It has been passed down from generation to generation for thousands of years what people know about love. It's not the trendy relationship advice that you can find everywhere. It's deep knowledge that has been tried by time and shows secrets that are always useful. People in the past already knew this. Real love isn't about controlling someone. It's about making room for 2 people to grow together, like 2 plants that share the same ground, but each have their own way to the sky. These days, everyone wants love right away, results quickly, and to skip steps. But old knowledge tells us that love is like wine. It needs time to develop its true essence. There is a lot of hurry, demand, and unrealistic standards in modern partnerships. A different lesson from the past is that true love takes time. You can't make the river move faster because it already knows how to do that. In the past, people knew that love is more than just happy times. They knew that love is about changing, growing, and learning together. It's possible to strengthen that connection even more with every task, problem, and hard time. The ancients taught us another thing about energy. Everything you put out into the universe comes back to you. When you send out love, love comes back to you. When you send out fear or nervousness, that's what you get. They always knew love isn't about finding your soulmate. It's about being whole and finding someone who is too. Together, these 2 whole people are making something even more special. It's amazing that this old advice is still so useful today. We live in a time when relationships are easily broken. This shows us that real love is about building bridges, not walls. It's about making relationships that last, not just passing through. The ancients' love stories are like a lost gem that we need to find again. In every lesson and story that is told from one generation to the next, there is a deep truth about how to love. 3 words hold a lot of power in this old wisdom. I accept the flow. It's a deep lesson that tells us that love has its own beat, just like life. When you really let this natural flow happen, you stop fighting it and start going with it. Something amazing happens. It's like all the knowledge of the great masters comes to you, bringing a love that is both new and old, modern and ancient. Let's go deeper. It would be great to know that nothing or anyone can throw you off equilibrium every morning. Being able to stay calm in any situation is not a divine gift or a mental feature that only a few people have. It's a skill that can be learned. In this video, we'll look at how the old Stoic philosophers found a way to be calm that we can still use today. An important idea and a new point of view can sometimes turn anger into understanding, rage into inner freedom, and insecurity into power. The point isn't to hide your feelings, but to handle them well. You will learn how to act in a balanced way when people around you criticize you, make you angry, or are rude to you. By following Stoic ideals, you will learn that controlling other people is not what's important. What's important is knowing and controlling yourself. You will no longer be a subject of outside events. Instead, you will create your own peace. The first step is to want to build a strong mind that can hold up when everything else around you seems to be coming apart. I want you to do the first thing before we start these lessons. Post a message below that says, "Today, I choose to calm and strengthen my Stoic mind." By doing this, you make it clear that you want to live a life where nothing and no one can take away your peace. Let's start. Number 1. The secret power of being mentally stable. You can't really be strong if you try to hide how you feel. Instead, you need to learn how to face your feelings without fear or rejection. That's the secret power of mental imperturbability, a state that doesn't try to get rid of feelings but rise above them. It's interesting that the more you try to push your feelings down, the stronger they become. Imagine using your hands to try to stop a big wave. It won't work. Instead of fighting, people should let their feelings flow while wisely channeling them toward a higher goal. The gap between having basic emotional control and having deep emotional power is huge. The first one is weak and depends on outside factors, while the second one comes from within and provides security and certainty. A mind that doesn't change is like a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. Its light stays on, showing the way, no matter how rough the waves are around it. This trait not only makes you stronger, but it also changes how you live your everyday life. When you can stay calm when things go wrong, you find that it's easier to make choices, that your relationships are better because you don't act on impulse, and that your stress starts to go away, making room for joy and creativity. This idea was shown in the lives of important people in history, like Marcus Aurelius and Gandhi. They were not easily angered, but they were able to keep their cool, which allowed them to lead with strength and kindness. New studies show that people who practice aware emotional control have good changes in their brains. This ancient knowledge is supported by modern science. The amygdala and other parts of the brain that deal with worry become less active, while the prefrontal cortex, which makes decisions, gets stronger. Not only does this make you feel better mentally, it also touches your physical health. A stronger immune system, better sleep, and living longer are all benefits of less worry. To put it simply, controlling your feelings not only makes you smarter, but also healthy. Mental power is not a goal that can be reached quickly. It is a process. You have to be ready to face your own fears and practice a lot. The first important step on this trip is to understand where you are right now. Any attempt to make a change will be like shooting an arrow in the dark until that first understanding is gained. When you watch yourself without judging, you find trends you hadn't seen before. That is the first thing you need to do to start changing your automatic behaviors into ones that are aware and in line with your values. We often forget that being impulsive costs a lot. You give up power every time you let a feeling run your life. It changes your relationships, whether it's through pointless fights or mistakes. Your health gets worse over time because of the effects of ongoing worry on your body. You can't grow as a person because your mind is too focused on reacting to things that don't matter. But as you go along this road, you start to notice small changes. You become more patient, you pay more attention to what you say, and the people around you start to feel the calmness that you give off. It's important to bust the myths about mental control. As a lot of people think, it's not about becoming cold or mean. And it's not a gift that only a few people get. You can learn it if you're ready to put in the work over and over again. What's most interesting is that this process has benefits you might not expect. For example, your intuition gets stronger because a calm mind listens better. Your creativity soars because it's not stuck in mental noise. And your relationships get stronger because you can connect from a real place, without masks or expectations. This was very clear to the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius said that the way we think affects how happy we are. Epictetus taught us that real freedom comes from within, even though he was a slave. It is easier than it seems to put these lessons into practice in your life. Do self-evaluation. Ask yourself every night, what could I have done better today? Take a moment every morning to picture a peaceful day ahead of you. Over time, these small actions turn into habits that change your mind and, by extension, your life. This is because real power comes from controlling yourself, not other people. Number 2, learn useful things about how emotions work. Anger, that fiery feeling inside that seems to burn everything in its way, comes from deep in our bodies. We need to look at how our brains work first in order to understand it. The small but strong amygdala sets off the reactive emotional reaction. It works like an alarm system. The amygdala is active right away when we sense a threat, whether it's real or imagined. It sends messages to the nervous system to get the body ready to fight or run away. This process takes milliseconds, which is a long time before our conscious mind has a chance to think about what's going on. It seems like a basic part of our brain takes over and puts life ahead of thinking about things. The body is filled with chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol when it is in this state. Your muscles tighten up, your heart beats faster, and you breathe faster. All of this is meant to help us deal with physical danger, but in modern times, where threats are more likely to be mental or social, it can fail. The way our bodies react to anger changes our ability to think clearly. The prefrontal brain, which is in charge of making decisions and thinking critically, is briefly put on hold, which makes us act without thinking. This chemical cycle can last for minutes or even hours, leaving behind a path of doubts and bad things that happen. Anger doesn't always have an outward cause. Sometimes it comes from the way we think when we're angry. There are small thoughts or memories that set off unconscious reactions in our minds. One example is a word that seems harmless but can cause a big response if it hits a raw emotional nerve. Many cognitive biases, like over-personalization and over-generalization, are present in these natural thought processes. These biases change reality and fuel anger. The first step in turning these habits off is to understand them. An important part of how these reactions are formed is emotional memory. Throughout our lives, stressful events or ongoing battles build neural paths that make us more likely to behave in certain ways. The good news is that our brains can change shape. By working at it and doing it over and over, we can change these paths and make new patterns. This process doesn't happen overnight, but we can change how we feel about anger with the help of tools like cognitive therapy, meditation, and self-observation. To deal with this state of mind, it's helpful to learn to spot the early warning signs of anger before it takes over fully. Body and mind send out small signs. It could be tense muscles getting worse, a change in the way you breathe, or having negative thoughts that keep coming back to you. Once you know what these signs mean, you have a chance to act. You can choose a different reaction at these crucial times by taking a moment to think, a deep breath, or a shift in your point of view. It's important to remember that anger has a social effect. Outbursts of anger can hurt important relationships, hurt our image, and shut down professional doors. Despite the fact that anger served an evolved purpose as a tool for protection, it has few advantages and high costs in modern society. That energy needs to be turned into something positive so that it can be used to solve problems with determination without losing control. Chronic worry, not getting enough sleep, and eating poorly can all make anger worse and harder to control. In contrast, regular exercise, a good social setting, and taking care of yourself can help you stay calm when things get tough. This is where the circle of personal impact comes in. You can't change what happens to you, but you can change how you react to it. Finding and focusing on the things you can directly change is a powerful way to reduce stress. The Stoics give us useful ways to deal with these feelings. Marcus Aurelius said that our responses are like an archer changing his shot. You can't change the outside world, but you can change how well your shot hits its target. Exercises that can help you control your anger include negative forecasting, where you think about problems that might happen to get ready for them, and thinking of death, where you consider how short life is. You can look at your reactions without judging yourself if you connect with these practices and learn tools for self-observation, like keeping an emotional log or practicing mindfulness. The end goal is not to get rid of anger, but to understand it, tame it, and turn it into a force that grows instead of destroys. Because the real power is not in how you react to the world, but in how you reply with knowledge and purpose. Number 3. The myth of outside power. Most of the time we think that everything would be fine if we could just control what was happening outside of us. But this is just a lie that causes more stress than it solves. People need to be in charge because they want to feel safe and sure of what will happen. It's important to us that things go as planned and there is no chaos or pain. But the strange thing about external control is that the more we try to change things that are out of our control, the more tired we get and the less we get done. We are not truly free when we try to force our will on the world. Instead, we are free when we accept what we can't change and focus on what we can. One effect that this illusion often has is making people emotionally dependent. When we depend on outside approval, what we do is a reflection of what other people think, do, or say. We get stuck in a loop of codependency where we are always looking for praise, afraid of being rejected, and judging our own worth by how other people see us. It wears down our relationships and makes us forget who we really are when we do this. To get rid of this load, we need to be brave enough to face our darkest fears and find a source of value inside ourselves that doesn't depend on other people. Taking ownership for your actions is the only way to get out of this bad situation. We regain our independence when we realize that we are the only ones who can change our actions, attitudes, and choices. We focus our energy on growing ourselves instead of trying to change other people or control things that we can't change. We are stronger because of this, and we are also in charge of our own lives. Autonomy teaches us that real power doesn't come from controlling our surroundings, but from building up an inner strength that doesn't give up when things change. One important step in this process is changing our standards. Most of the time, what makes us angry is not what happens, but what we thought would happen. We can adapt to change better when we don't hold ourselves to strict standards. Knowing that life is unsure and that our peace does not depend on having all the answers is an important part of being stoic. Being flexible makes us strong. It lets us go with the flow of life and find peace even when things are going crazy. It's not about not caring about anything. It's about learning to love and care for others without counting on them. It means being able to commit to someone or something without tying our identity or happiness to them. Respecting other people's freedom while also taking care of our own is what it means to be free in relationships. Being detached doesn't mean we don't care. It just means we know we can't own or control other people, things, or results. It's the right amount of care and letting go. Once we know the signs of having too much power, we can start to change them. Some of these signs are compensatory behaviors, like wanting to watch over everything, relationship patterns where we try to shape others to fit our needs, and physical signs of stress or tightness. Learning to recognize these signs lets us focus our energy on separation, which has instant benefits like clear thinking, better relationships, less energy use, and most importantly, a peace of mind that doesn't depend on what's going on. However, it's not easy to separate. Some things that can make this shift hard are social conditioning, fear of change, limiting beliefs, and family habits. Here's where useful tools like meditation, practices for letting go of emotions, and presence methods come in. These activities help us slowly let go, which makes room for new ideas and opportunities to come into our lives. Stoicism gives us very useful advice for this process. Focus only on what depends on you and leave the rest, Epictetus says. The practice of amor fati, or liking our fate, encourages us to accept life as it is, with all of its challenges and rewards. When we think about how quickly things change, we realize that nothing lasts forever. This truth doesn't have to make us sad. It can make us free. Freeing ourselves from the false idea that someone else is controlling our lives lets us live more lightly, connect with others from a real place, and feel truly free. Because when we let go of things we can't change, we find that we already have everything we need to be happy. Number 4. Building mental strength in a way that can't be broken. There is no such thing as being naturally strong inside. Instead, we build it up over time through the choices, habits, and thoughts we have. Confidence is the first thing that helps. We build it when we pick the right thing to do over the easy one. Being self-disciplined isn't just about reaching your goals. It's also about having unwavering morals and ideals that you stick to even when no one is looking. The first thing that makes someone strong is that they can believe themselves, because they know that what they say and what they do are the same. To become stronger, we need to work on developing important traits like knowledge, justice, temperance, and courage. These traits are not just ideas. They are things we do every day that make our will stronger and teach us how to win small fights inside ourselves before taking on bigger problems outside ourselves. You are making your character stronger and more resilient every time you choose self-control, control your urges, or act with courage. The smart Stoic has a mind that doesn't freak out when things go wrong. He is not reacting when he thinks. He is thinking ahead. Develop stronger thought patterns by teaching your mind to focus on answers instead of issues, and to see the lesson in every challenge. These habits of higher thinking don't happen quickly. You have to work at them all the time. It takes daily work, like when an athlete works out their body, but the goal is to improve the mind. Being emotionally strong is what makes you strong inside. It doesn't mean you never feel fear or pain, but it does mean you learn to deal with them and get better quickly. There are ways that you can gradually use to make this resistance stronger. For instance, actively facing small discomforts, like fasting or doing a lot of hard exercise, trains your mind to handle bigger problems. Self-regulation methods, like meditation or aware breathing, also teach you how to calm down even when things are hard. It's an art to be able to stand strong even when everything else around you seems to be falling apart. Focusing on what you can control and accepting what you can't control are mental health principles that help you stay in the present. You can stay balanced even when there is a storm going on if you do things like exercise or picture yourself in a state of inner calm. This is not a state of apathy. It's an active force that comes from inside you and tells you what to do. Trouble is not your enemy. It's there to teach you. Every problem you face is a chance to get better, and every task is a way to build your character. The Stoics thought that problems were what made people smart, and that the only way to become brave and temperate was to face life's problems. When you see problems as opportunities to grow better, you can begin to change them. The wise also know that success doesn't just happen. Their days are planned around habits that make them stronger, like morning routines that set the tone for the day and evening reflections, where they think about what they've done. Everything is meant to keep their mind and spirit in great shape. They don't see these habits as limits. Instead, they see them as freedoms that help them keep their energy on what matters most. There are clear signs that you are getting stronger, more peace of mind, better ability to make decisions, and the ability to deal with disagreement without losing your cool. But there are things that can get in the way, like limited patterns, views that make you weak, and bad influences. All of these are problems that the inner warrior has to solve. The smart way to deal with these problems is to keep practicing, getting better, and growing as a person. The Stoics gave us useful tools to help us on this road. The cardinal principles give us a clear direction for what to do, and tasks like anticipating trouble help us get ready for the unexpected. When we think about the memory of the sages who came before us and meditate on models of greatness, we are reminded of what is possible. Being an inner fighter is a way of life. Every day you have to be ready to push your limits and grow stronger, smarter, and freer. In the end, inner power isn't just a defense against the world. It's what you build your life on, a life with meaning, strength, and real greatness. 5. Answer that you are aware of versus an automatic answer. Being able to answer consciously instead of unconsciously is a life-changing skill that can change how we interact with others and with ourselves. The thought is what makes the difference between a reaction and an answer. An automatic response comes from an urge and is often filled with feeling that hasn't been processed. On the other hand, a conscious reaction requires us to think about what we want to do and then choose how to act. This time, no matter how short, can change not only what's happening, but also how we grow as people. One of the most important practices in this change is the aware stop, which some might call the sacred pause. This is the point at which you stop your first urge to watch what's going on. There is a space between the trigger and the reaction, and that space gives us freedom. The conscious interval method involves making that place bigger by taking deep breaths, paying attention to the body, and noticing the thoughts that come up. These steps, which are easy but strong, help us connect with our freedom of choice. This quiet inside is not empty. It's a place where many things can happen. Responding carefully means more than just stopping. It also means making a choice based on what you know. Getting better at responding is possible by doing things that help us figure out what's important. Mindfulness tasks help us tell the difference between what is pressing and what is important, and what needs our attention and what doesn't. By learning this kind of insight, we can start to act in a clear and calm way instead of letting the chaos of the moment take over. Automatic behaviors that we do over and over again without thought are a problem we all have. These patterns come from our unconscious and are shaped by things we've done, learned, and unconsciously picked up over time. Finding them is the first thing that needs to be done to change them. Being continuously aware means paying attention to the times when we act without thinking and stopping to think about what we could do instead. We can change these automatic behaviors over time by changing them with good habits that are in line with our values. Being present and aware all the time is what it means to be a conscious boss. Being fully present in the present moment is what this means. Meditation, presence exercises, and growing an expanded awareness are all things that can help us keep our minds on the present and act from a calm place. Being alert all the time isn't important. What matters is building a strong base of attention that lets us act with purpose, even when things go wrong. There will always be things that get in the way of awareness, like limited conditioning or automatic habits, but they are not impossible to get past. These obstacles can show up as inner resistance or habits that keep us stuck in a loop of reacting. Tools that help us change, like mindfulness methods or awareness practices, help us get past these walls little by little. Being more open in our mind and heart grows with each practice. The Stoics had a deep understanding of this. One of the most important ideas in Stoicism is that we have the power to choose how to respond to events. When we use this skill, our lives become more in line with our morals. We learn to watch without judging, accept without fighting, and act from a place of balance when we practice mindfulness and think about how our feelings work. It's not hard to add mindful reaction to your daily life, but you have to choose to do it. In our interactions, we can think about what we want to say before we speak and pick words that will help instead of hurt. Mindfulness helps us deal with problems at work in a clear and effective way. Being present with our family at home helps us connect with them more deeply. Every moment is a chance to make a choice and live a purposeful life. You don't have to be in charge of all of your feelings to be the master of your reactions. What you can do is learn to direct your feelings and thoughts in a way that shows off your best self. The real power is not the power to control other people, but the power to control your own mind. In the end, the only thing we can really change is how we react to life. That choice, no matter how small it seems, changes everything. Sixth, keep a bigger picture in mind when things get tough. Please imagine for a moment that you're looking down at your life from above, like a bird flying over it. From that high point of view, problems that seemed huge now seem small and almost unimportant. This is the power of the view from above. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius use this method to get beyond the present moment and see things clearly. You can see that each problem is a small part of a much bigger whole when you take a step back. Seeing things from a cosmic point of view doesn't make your problems less important. Instead, it puts them in their proper place, frees you from the weight of drama, and lets you see more clearly. The art of reframing a situation can completely change how you feel about it. Positive reframing is not foolish hope. It's being able to give an event a meaning that makes you feel stronger. One example is that losing someone or something can be the start of something new. A mistake is not a lasting loss. It's a chance to learn and get better. You can improve your readings and become good at reframing by changing the mental framework from which you look at what happens to you. This process frees you because it teaches you that you can't control everything that happens, but you can always choose how to think about it. Learning to watch without getting attached is what distance knowledge is all about. You can see things that you couldn't see before when you can take a step back and think about something without being affected by it. The things that were holding you back lose their power, and what's really important stands out. This space is not disinterest. It's the freedom to act without worry because you're not stuck in reacting. With this wide-angle view, you can see how things fit together, guess what might happen, and make choices from a calm and wise place. Every problem we face can be turned into a chance to get better. This is what the Stoics meant by the alchemy of adversity. Changing problems doesn't mean denying how hard they are. It means realizing that behind every test, there's a lesson waiting to be learned. Bad things that happen to you shape your character by making you stronger and helping you understand things better. When you adopt this mindset, you stop seeing problems as obstacles and begin seeing them as tools that help you improve yourself. The way to real mental control is to become a better observer. This observer doesn't judge or cling. They just look at things with knowledge and perspective. Developing this observing awareness takes work, but the benefits are life-changing. You become more stable, less reactive, and more aware of your own habits as you build this skill. Being objective helps you make choices that are more in line with your ideals and acts from a place of honesty and peace. Increasing your view techniques are useful tools that you can use in your everyday life. Morning reflection, in which you think about your place in the world, and mind-expanding exercises, in which you picture how things in your life are connected, can help you keep a bigger and more balanced view. These habits are not only intellectual, but they are also very useful because they help you face life with more focus and purpose. When you look at things from a higher perspective, you can see things more clearly because you're not focused on small things. You can feel more at peace because you know that you're not responsible for everything. And you can become more practical because you learn to tell the difference between what's important and what's not. You feel free and light inside when you stop holding the weight of things you can't control. This may be the most important thing. Using this method in your everyday life is a new thing to do. Instead of retaliating with anger in disputes, it enables you to remain calm. It helps you see the big picture instead of just the small details when making big decisions. It helps you understand other people from a place of respect and distance in your relationships. And in tough times, it gives you the strength to keep your cool, even though everything around you seems to be moving. Taking a cosmic view is a Stoic way to remember that we are a small part of a huge and mysterious world. It's not sad to think about how small we are. In fact, it's freeing because it helps us see how small our problems really are. When you have this view, you understand that life is a stream of experiences that you can't stop. Your job is not to control everything, but to learn how to manage with wisdom, balance, and a view that goes beyond the present. In the end, a higher mind not only sees more, but it also knows things better. That's what it means to understand how to live. Number 7. Complete freedom from the weight of other people's opinions. Have you ever felt stuck by what other people think of you, like every choice you made and action you took had to be judged by someone else? That's the cage of other people's approval, an unseen jail that drains our energy and keeps us from being ourselves. In the past, being afraid of being rejected was a way to stay alive. But now, in the modern world, this fear is a drag. We live our lives trying to please other people and meeting standards that aren't even our own. The worst part is that this cycle will never end because there will always be someone else to please. But take a moment to think about it. Where do these ideas come from? External opinion is based on illusion. Every person sees the world through their own narrow lens, which is shaped by their own biases, experiences, and expectations. Deep down, what someone thinks of you says more about them than it does about you. And these views can change as quickly as the weather, even if they seem solid. You could be praised today and attacked tomorrow, but that doesn't change how valuable you really are. To get off this emotional roller coaster, you need to first realize that other people's ideas are not always right and don't always affect your growth. The only way to break this dependence is to build inner power by approving of yourself. Learning to see, respect, and approve of yourself without needing acceptance from other people is what this means. If you have real self-esteem, it doesn't change just because someone else doesn't agree with you. That strength comes from your own values, an inner guide that you follow no matter what the world says. Authenticity development is a revolutionary act because it means you are ready to be yourself, even if that means going against what other people expect of you. Social control is like a net that gets us invisibly, but you can take it apart. First, think about when and how you let other people affect your choices. Do this because you want to, or because you want to please someone else. It takes guts to break free from these training factors, because you have to face your fear of being rejected. But on the other side of that fear is something amazing: freedom. A freedom that lets you act from your true self without feeling bad or needing other people to agree with you. The next step is to learn how to be mentally independent. It's about learning to think for yourself and having strong beliefs that you don't need other people to back them up. Self-determination means making your own choices about what is right and living in line with those choices. When you don't care what other people think, you're free from outside noise and can clearly hear your own voice. This mental freedom not only gives you power, it also gives you peace. Dependence can show up in subtle ways, like saying yes when you really mean no, or not saying what you think out of fear of being criticized, or even giving up your own needs to make other people happy. You don't need to live that way. You can be free with tools like self-reflection activities, social detachment methods, and rituals for mental freedom. Every action you take to boost your independence is a step closer to living a real life. When you reach this level of freedom, there are many benefits. You want to be authentic because you finally let yourself be who you are. Your mental clarity improves because you don't have to worry about meeting other people's expectations. You feel inner peace because you stop trying to get attention from other people. Your relationships get better because they aren't based on dependence, but on real connection. And most importantly, you find a personal power that doesn't depend on anyone else but yourself. There will be problems, of course, like deep-seated social fears, limited beliefs, and culture conditioning, but every obstacle you face will be a chance to get better. Breaking these chains will help you fit in better with other people, letting you connect with them while still being able to do things on your own. You can have real relationships without being manipulated or dependent on someone else if you set clear limits and are sure of who you are. The Stoics said that the only way to be truly free is to not care what other people think. Selective indifference, thinking about how irrelevant outside opinions are, and focusing on your independence are all tasks that can help you feel more free. Because what other people think doesn't really make you who you are. The things that really matter to you, your essence, are yours to choose, be, and live. That's the most powerful kind of freedom you can get. Number 8. Gaining complete power over your behaviors and thoughts. Have you ever thought about how fast our minds make decisions? The process happens so quickly and naturally that it seems like we were designed to put everything, everyone, and every event into a category. This process can be helpful in some situations, but it can also be our biggest problem. This is where the power of not judging comes in, being able to stop, look around, and choose how to make sense of what we see. I find it interesting that this process is based on science. When we see or hear something, the amygdala and the prefrontal brain quickly decide whether it is a danger, a resource, or something that doesn't matter. We have been able to stay alive as a species thanks to this natural system, but it doesn't always work in our favor in modern times. Adding a mindful pause between the stimulus and our response is key. This pause lets us stop that automatic decision and choose a response that is more in line with what we really want to do. Giving up critical thinking is not the same as practicing the art of non-judgment. Instead, it means creating a mental neutrality that lets us see things as they really are, without our assumptions or biases getting in the way. It's an act of calmness, of accepting everything as it is right now. Consider how freeing it would be to face any situation without having to decide if it is good or bad. Just accept it as it is. When you get good at this exercise, you can have an open mind, one that doesn't hold on to things or close down, but grows with each experience. A strong way to reach this state of neutrality is through the Stoic practice of epoche, which means voluntarily suspending judgment. To practice this, you have to think about what's going on without judgment and ask yourself, is this judgment really necessary? It's a process that takes place in steps. The first step is to just notice your unconscious judgments. The next step is to take short breaks to think about them. Finally, you will be able to stop making judgments automatically. It is a practice that gets better over time and, with care, turns into a habit that changes things. When we break out of the loop of mental automatism, we feel free like never before. Because we are no longer bound by our biases or training, we no longer have to react without thinking, and we can answer consciously. Being in charge of our mental urges not only helps us see things clearly, but it also makes us feel very strong. We are in charge of our choices, not our responses. When we do this, our minds become clear, and we can see things as they really are, without our feelings or ideas getting in the way. When we stop naming everything we see, we can see things directly and understand them deeply. This insight leads us to a natural knowledge, which is wisdom that comes from seeing things as they really are and doesn't need to be explained. Without a doubt, it is not an easy road. Patterns of judgment, mental resistance, and social training that are hard to break can be big problems. But if you keep practicing, these problems start to fall apart. Every little step and deep breath is a win that brings us closer to control. The benefits are huge. Imagine making decisions that are always clear, having relationships that are more real, and having mental peace that doesn't depend on what's going on around you. This exercise changes your whole life, not just your mind. It's easy to get into this state of mind. Practices like conscious pause, observation, and focus routines can help you stay there even on the hardest days. Over time, you'll notice progress. You'll act less on impulse. Think about what you're going to do before you do it, feel emotionally lighter, and notice a change in how you connect to the world. You are growing a free mind, one that can observe without judging and understand without naming. These changes are proof of that. When you use this power every day, it becomes a part of everything you do. You start to listen with more understanding and without making snap judgments in your interactions. When your mind is clear, you make better choices at work. You find a calm that lets you act wisely instead of reacting when you're in a fight. The Stoics knew that letting go of judgment was the way to find peace within. Marcus Aurelius practiced it by focusing on objective truth and letting go of his own opinions. Remember that we can have more freedom in our lives if we learn to actively stop, watch, and choose. And all of our power lies in that choice. Issue 9. Change, the master of mental powers. There is a lot of power in emotional energy. There are times when strong feelings like anger, fear, or even sadness can take over and make us act in certain ways. What if, though, we could turn that same energy into something that strengthens us and makes us feel better instead of worse? This is where emotional alchemy comes in. This is the art of changing something bad and confusing into something good and beautiful. The idea behind emotional alchemy is that feelings are just energy in action and are neither good nor bad. That energy can get stuck and cause blocks, or it can be changed, like how fire changes metal into something cleaner. We need to know the rules of change in order to do this. Acceptance, conscious purpose, and the right way to use that force. That's not what this is about. It's about redirection. In the same way that an overflowing river can destroy a town, a river that is directed can power towns with electricity. Practical skills are the first step in learning how to change your emotions. For example, when you're angry, don't act right away. Instead, stop, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, how can I put this anger to good use? You might be able to use that energy for a creative project, a tough talk you've been putting off, or even getting more exercise to improve your health. As emotional alchemists, it's our job to figure out what each feeling means, why it's there, and how to use it to help us grow. Even though it hurts, suffering is one of the most powerful ingredients in this chemistry. When we face problems with bravery, they teach us things we would not have learned any other way. We can rise above our problems if we turn our pain into knowledge, our anger into kindness, or our fear into courage. This change doesn't happen right away, but with practice, each challenge can help us become stronger and more resilient for the next one. Love fati, the Stoic idea that everything that happens to us is for our own good, is a key part of this process. We don't fight against what will happen. Instead, we actively accept what will happen. It's not surrender that this love of fate is, it's change. Everything that happens, even things that seem bad, is a chance to learn, grow, and change. Alchemists would say that the great emotional work is a process of always getting better. Our feelings are something we work on every day, not to ignore them, but to guide them towards something better. In this process of growth, there's always more to learn and a fresh way to change. But every step on this road helps us get a better handle on our emotions and live a fuller, more satisfying life. It's clear that not everything will be simple. People will fight back, have mental blocks, and have deep fears. But these problems are just a part of the process. They push us to look deeper and find parts of ourselves we might have stayed away from. We can let go of these resistances and let change happen by using tools like meditation, writing in reflection, or even just quiet thought. When we start to learn this alchemy, it's easy to tell. We feel more at peace, even when things are going crazy. We can make clear choices without letting impulses get the best of us, and our relationships get better because we don't need other people to support our feelings. We become a source of strength and balance instead. This method is great because it can be used in every part of life, from making decisions at work to dealing with personal issues. We can handle anything with an open heart and a clear mind when we know how to use emotional chemistry. It's a skill that everyone can use to get through life with ease and knowledge. The emotional alchemist's path doesn't have a clear endpoint. It's a never-ending journey of growth and a commitment to mindful evolution. But every step we take and every feeling we change brings us closer to mastery, satisfaction, and a life that is truly changed. We learn that we can always turn the lead of our feelings into the gold of our personal growth, no matter what we're going through. 10th, building long-lasting mental strength. Your mind is like a fortress, and just like any fortress, it needs strong walls, well-thought-out defenses, and a clear plan to keep life from shaking it. Building an unbreakable mental shield isn't about escaping problems. It's about meeting them with such calmness that nothing outside of you can throw you off. The building blocks of this shield are in your mind. Being emotionally strong is like building muscle. It takes time and effort to get stronger. Think of each problem you have to solve as a brick that goes into building your castle. You're building your walls stronger every time you choose not to act on impulse. Stoicism says that this strength comes from having 4 virtues: knowledge, justice, courage, and moderation. Using these ideas in your daily life is like making a wall that not only blocks attacks, but also gets stronger over time. The next step is to protect yourself emotionally. Just like a body gets stronger after being exposed to small amounts of a virus over time, our minds get stronger when we face tough situations in a controlled way. Start with simple things, like letting yourself be criticized in small ways without reacting right away. This way, you can see how it makes you feel and use that energy in a positive way. This process of gradually losing your sensitivity gets you ready for more difficult situations by making your emotional reactions stronger and teaching your mind to think things through instead of responding without thinking. It is an art to be mentally impenetrable. It takes work to stay calm when you're feeling upset. In this case, the method of creative detachment can be useful, not cutting yourself off from your feelings, but seeing them as if you were a neutral observer. When there is a crisis, take a deep breath. Picture a space between you and the problem, and then choose how to handle it from that place of calm. By doing this practice, you will gain inner emotional power that will help you make choices without getting swayed by chaos around you. But you've really reached emotional chemistry when you use trouble to your advantage. Any problem you face is actually a chance to do something great. As Seneca said, "Fire tests gold, and trouble tries brave men." Every problem you face can be used to help you grow. When someone attacks you, you can choose to see it as a chance to get better, or as just their view, which doesn't say anything about your worth. This process of transformation not only makes you stronger, but it also makes it easier for you to do well in any situation. In the end, a well-tuned mental shield is more than just a tool. It's a sign of your inner peace. When you reach this state, storms from the outside can't hurt you. It's not that you don't feel anything. It means that you choose how to react. Because you work from a place of quiet power, a fortress that no one can break through, you make smarter choices, your relationships get better, and your life is more rewarding. This strength needs to be cared for all the time. Routines you do every day, like meditation, writing about your thoughts, and quiet times, are like inspectors who check the walls of your mind for cracks and fix them before they get worse. When something comes up that makes you doubt yourself, know that even the greatest walls need to be fixed, and each fix makes you stronger. Your mental shield does more than just keep you safe. It also makes you stronger. Over time, you'll notice that you can handle situations that used to be too much for you. Your mental tolerance and stress level will rise, and you'll find inner resources you didn't know you had. This growth is good for you and the people around you. Being a calm and strong person will encourage others to build their own strengths, leaving a good path that lasts. It takes time to build a mental shield that can't be broken, but every conscious choice and small step makes the roots stronger. Making this promise to yourself means that no matter what happens, you will always be able to stay firm, strong, and at peace. Being able to live in a state of inner power that nothing outside of yourself can break is what Stoic freedom really means. 11th, get better skills to keep your peace of mind. It's not possible to change the toxicity of a setting, but you can change how you deal with it. Imagine that you are traveling through rough water. You can't calm the water, but you can learn how to steer your boat precisely. To keep your peace of mind in harmful settings, you must first become completely aware of what you are facing. It's not always easy to spot harmful trends. Toxicities can be hidden in passive-aggressive comments, manipulative relationships, or even places where everyone is negative. Your emotional radar is the first thing you need to do. Watch without responding and sort the risks into groups. Not everything needs your attention. Sometimes you just need to ignore it, and other times you need to take action. One of the most advanced skills you can learn is how to turn difficult situations into chances to grow. Take the bad energy you get and use it to make yourself stronger. This is where emotional alchemy comes in. That doesn't mean you have to put up with bad people. Instead, you can turn them into a task that makes you stronger. Being aware of being neutral is a real-life example of this. When someone bothers you, don't respond out of anger or frustration. Instead, keep an open mind and watch what's going on. Does this make me who I am? Ask yourself. The answer is always no, and seeing things that way frees you up emotionally. Another important part is the advanced social shield. Setting clear limits not only keeps your peace of mind safe, but it also sends a strong message. Your health and happiness are important to you. They don't have to be rude. They can be shown in small ways, like choosing not to participate in negative talks or staying away from situations that are harmful. Be strong when you say no, and don't feel bad about it. When you're in a harmful setting, your best defense may be to selectively disconnect emotionally. You don't have to pay attention to everything going on around you, especially if it's not helping you find peace of mind. Think of it as turning off the background noise. When social problems are at their worst, like during heated arguments, staying calm is your best friend. In order to practice aware balance, you have to step back and look at the situation without bias. This is hard to do, but it works. Think of yourself as someone who is not involved in a problem, but is instead looking at it from the outside. From this faraway spot, you can plan your answers instead of reacting to them. In this case, non-reactive reaction methods are very important. It's a good habit to wait a moment before answering. Taking a big breath and pausing can make the difference between making things worse or better. To master poisonous surroundings, you also need to set a good example. People will be inspired to be calm in the middle of chaos when you become one. This level of skill not only makes your own experience better, but it also changes the places you live. Your good impact turns into a strong tool for changing bad situations. It won't always have an instant effect, but the effects are clear over time. Even the worst storms start to calm down when you show peace. To keep this strength, you have to work all the time. Think of it as a daily habit. Prepare your mind for a potentially harmful setting for a few minutes before going in. Imagine your day and how calm you will be no matter what. Then, tell yourself that you are committed to your inner peace. At the end of the day, ask yourself, what worked? How can I do better? This practice of integration helps you stay focused and builds on your success. Finally, you have to decide how you want to present yourself to the world. Take charge of your surroundings instead of letting it control you. Learn how to get around with wisdom, turn problems into chances, and build relationships with power and honesty. If you follow this method, you will find that even the most dangerous places can't put out your inner light. Because of your peace, you gain power, and that power changes not only your life, but also the world around you. Number 12. How to stay calm no matter what. Inner peace that lasts a lifetime is not something that just happens. It is carefully and purposefully built through conscious choices and constant practice. The Stoics teach us that our ability to be calm is not based on what is happening around us, but on how we choose to react to it. The process starts with making your mind calm automatically. If you make peace your normal state, you won't let rash actions run your days. Because you've taught your mind how to control its emotions, it can handle even the biggest problems with calm. This state is reached by doing the same things over and over again, which strengthens the brain processes that are linked to peace. It's like working out a muscle. You get used to being calm over time. The Stoics called lasting happiness eudaimonia. Eudaimonia is not a short-lived pleasure, but a deep sense of well-being that comes from being in line with our values. This kind of inner peace is calm and doesn't need approval from other people or the noise of the world. To get to this state, you need to be able to tell the difference between what is enjoyable and what is truly fulfilling. Things or other people's views can make you feel better for a short time, but practicing virtues like courage, knowledge, and moderation all the time is the only way to be truly happy. Creating a personal theory based on these ideas not only makes daily choices easier, but it also gives you a way to stay grounded when you're feeling down. To reach emotional calm, you need strong structures. Imagine that you are building a house. You need solid ground, good materials, and a plan that will last. In this case, your beliefs and ideals are what make you stand strong. The materials are the things you do every day, like meditating, reflecting, and taking times to be still and aware. And the plan is how you set up your life so that you surround yourself with people, places, and activities that make you feel more at peace with yourself. Small daily habits, like being thankful first thing in the morning or going over your thoughts at the end of the night, help keep your mind stable. Being perpetually resilient doesn't mean you'll never feel pain or discomfort. Instead, it means you can get back to a state of balance no matter how far you have wandered. In this case, advanced methods for mental recovery are very important. For instance, when there is a long-lasting issue, it can help to see the problem in a bigger picture. What will this situation look like in a year? This easy exercise can calm you down and help you see clearly enough to make smart decisions. Also, staying calm is not a passive thing to do. It's an active thing to do that means fighting the urge to move without thinking. You choose every moment to stay strong and not let the storm get you down. Mastering the calm state is the next step on this way to peace that will never end. It means looking at the world without judging it and being in the present moment without letting your feelings affect how you see things. It's not indifference that this makes you feel neutral. It makes you clear. You can free yourself from the weight of seeing every event as something personal by adopting conscious distance. Things are just the way they are. You don't judge them as good or bad. With time and care, you can reach this state of objectivity, which lets you act wisely instead of responding without thinking. Having this inner peace doesn't mean you'll never be upset, but it does mean you have a way to quickly get back to your center when things go wrong. Visualization or mindful breathing exercises can be part of your morning routine, and combining what you've learned during the day can be the focus of your evening routine. Small changes you make throughout the day, like taking breaks to reset your mind or being thankful, help you stay grounded. These habits not only keep interruptions from happening, but they also make it easier to deal with problems in a calm and graceful way. Finding lasting mental peace isn't a goal that you reach at some point. It's a process that you go through all the time. You will find that these habits help you and the people around you as you get better at them. You become a calm light in a crazy world. The gift of peace that you leave behind through your deeds and interactions may be the most important thing you can give. When it comes down to it, you don't find true peace. You choose to build it and keep it every day. 13. A deep blending of Stoic self-control and current methods for setting limits. One of the biggest things that gets in the way of mental and emotional freedom is reacting. During that state, your feelings and thoughts seem to take over, forcing you to act without thinking or being aware of it. When you transcend reactivity, you get past these natural routines and are able to choose how to respond again. You don't have to hide your feelings. You just have to understand them, pay attention to them, and choose how you want to act. One difference between suppression and transcendence is that transcendence is a deliberate act of change, while repression is an attempt to avoid. The Stoics called the state of not reacting apatheia. It doesn't mean being insensitive. It means being able to control your emotions without letting them cloud your reasoning. Imagine a sea that is calm. When the waves come up, they may stir up the top, but they don't affect the deep. This is the goal, to create an inner presence that stays balanced no matter what is going on around you. Apathy isn't something you can get quickly. It takes slow, careful practice that blends philosophical thought with modern skills for self-control. Recognizing your reaction habits is the first thing you need to do to reach apatheia. Ask yourself things like, what makes me react the most strongly? How do I handle situations where there is worry or conflict? This map of your reacting awareness will help you figure out what you need to work on. This is where neuroscience comes in. When you watch how you react and choose to react differently, you make new brain pathways stronger. Over time, these new routes take the place of your old impulsive habits as your usual reaction. It takes practice to become good at turning reactive energy into aware strength. Put some time between a stimulus and a response, instead of letting the stimulus cause a reaction right away. You are free in that place. Instead of reacting with anger when someone annoys you, for example, you can take a moment to consider your feelings and decide how to react. Being able to make room for things turns problems into chances to grow. You get better at controlling your emotions every time you choose a mindful reaction. A key part of getting past reactiveness is practicing objective observation, seeing your thoughts and feelings as things that come up and go away without connecting with them means taking on the view of an objective spectator. Picture yourself watching a movie instead of being in it. Being aware of your separation doesn't make you less human. It makes you freer. You can act with more clarity and knowledge if you observe without judging. This is because it takes away the power of your feelings. Using Stoic ideas in your daily life will help you get better at not reacting. Responding based on your beliefs instead of your emotions makes your relationships and choices better. For instance, if someone attacks you unfairly, you don't have to defend yourself. Instead, you can choose a reaction based on fairness or moderation. This constant practice changes not only how you relate to other people, but also how you see yourself. Each reaction you consciously choose makes you feel like you are in charge of your life. It's normal to slip up sometimes along the way. You shouldn't blame yourself for them. Instead, you should use them as chances to learn. What can I do differently next time? These mistakes are not fails. They are just steps on the way to getting better. Over time, these events will make you stronger and bring you closer to full transcendence. Focusing on Stoic thoughts can help you keep the progress you've made. Every day, take a moment to think about your answers and figure out what went well and what could be done better. Evaluating yourself every day not only helps you keep up with your new skills, but it also keeps you on the path of change. Getting past reaction isn't just a goal. It's a road that changes you every step of the way. By practicing detached observation, developing aware responses, and developing apatheia, you can not only meet the world quietly, but also change it from the inside out. Mastering your own thoughts is what gives you true freedom, not being able to control other people or things. Number 14. How to live up to the mental excellence of Stoicism in the present world. The ability to look at the world objectively and not get caught up in the overwhelming emotions of everyday life is the foundation of the modern sage's mindset. Watching a storm from the comfort of a house is like that. You can see how bright the lightning is and hear how loud the wind is, but your mood stays the same. This lack of attachment is not apathy. It is an intentional acceptance of truth. You don't try to stop what's going to happen, and you don't think, why is this happening to me? But this is happening and I can handle it makes you feel calm. To become imperturbable, you need to know about the difference between two types of control. Your thoughts, actions, and decisions are some of the things you can control. Other things, like other people's views or the effects of your work, remain out of your control. Accepting this difference not only makes you feel less anxious, but it also makes you stronger on the inside. You stop focusing on things you can't change and put your energy into things that do count. This is what gives you unwavering peace of mind. Mental greatness is not something that can be learned quickly. It needs to be practiced every day. As a start, you could do something as easy but powerful as thinking about what you can and cannot control every morning. When you are provoked, try pausing. Look at how you feel for a moment before you react. Even if it's only a second, that pause can mean the difference between reacting on impulse and reacting on purpose. This habit turns into a reaction that changes the way you live over time. On this road, the art of changing how you feel is very important. It's not about avoiding feelings. It's about making something good out of them. When things go wrong, don't get angry. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What lessons can I learn from this? The Stoics called it amor fati, which means love of fate. This means seeing everything that happens to you as a chance to get better. Every problem or barrier is a chance to shape who you are. Not only do your thoughts show how the Stoic ideal lives in you, but so does the way you act. You show how wise you are by making small choices every day, like staying calm when other people are yelling, staying calm when everything seems to be going wrong, and choosing virtue over comfort. When you do these things over and over again, they change your life and inspire those around you. You become a live model of having a great mind. To stay in this state of unwavering resolve, you must constantly assess your progress. Keep a diary where you write down your feelings and think about the times you were able to stay calm and the times you weren't. Don't use this task to judge yourself. Instead, use it to learn and change how you do things. Each day will show you how stronger, more aware, and smarter you are becoming. This ability to stay calm lets you connect with someone from a genuine and strong place in a relationship. You don't let small disagreements get to you or let other people's feelings control how you act. What you do, instead of responding, is lead with knowledge. This way of doing things not only makes your relationships better, but it also makes your surroundings better. Let's go deeper. A lot of people believe that living alone is free. However, if you can't keep yourself in check, that freedom will slowly get the best of you. Living alone is a test, and most people fail it because they make bad choices, get lazy, or do things that hurt their own lives. I am going to show you 14 terrible things you should not do if you live alone today. Stop doing these things that are wrong. Let's get to work. Having a messy and dirty home. Take a look around. If where you live is a dump, you probably are too. You leave yourself when you leave your house. If your life is a mess right now, you should feel bad about it. Order and cleanliness are for you, not other people. If you've made your home a dump, your life will also be a dump. Living in a messy and dirty house will make it hard for you to focus and drive yourself to be better. If you don't pay attention, your brain gets lost in the dirt and you slowly start to get worse. You get used to being lazy, putting things off and ignoring the mess. Then what takes place? You don't care about other things in your life, like your work, your relationships, or your goals. When someone lives in a house full of junk, that junk starts to become a part of them. Stop being so embarrassing. Do the dishes right now. Don't throw clothes on the chair. Put them in the closet or the box. Get rid of everything around you that you don't need. The more you have, the more chaos you make. It's important to clean for at least 10 minutes every day. If you can't do this, nothing else will work out. Getting used to having a dirty home is like getting used to having a bad life. Don't forget to clean up after yourself if you respect yourself. If you don't, you will lose every day. Don't explain yourself. Get up and clean. Not taking in healthy food. What you eat makes you who you are. If you constantly eat fast food and junk food and feel like crap, it's clear why. Your body shows what you put into it. It is a given that if you eat bad food, you will feel lazy, lack energy, and be tired and worn out. It will be hard to get out of bed in the morning, and you'll feel like you're going nowhere all day. After that, you'll ask yourself pointless things like, why do I feel so bad? It is clear what you're doing. You are putting junk into your body. There's no good reason. You're not getting anywhere by telling yourself things like, it's hard to cook healthy, I don't have time, or I can't afford it. You are really lazy and lack self-discipline. You don't even value yourself. You are slowly falling apart because of the processed foods, sugary drinks, and greasy fast food you buy at the store. You are mentally and physically falling apart. Your mind is foggy, you don't have much energy, and you have no drive. How you feel tomorrow will depend on what you eat today. Start with what you eat if you want to be healthy and focused. Do not eat bad food. Instead, drink water, eat protein, and eat veggies. Healthy food is easy to make. You're just too lazy to do it. Right now, get up and make something good for your body in the kitchen. You'll always be average if you don't even do that. Nobody to talk to at all. Being stuck inside for days on end without talking to anyone is not a good idea. People need to be around other people, and if you stay alone for too long, you will slowly die. You lose your memory, feel bad about yourself, and even lose your zest for life. Then you'll say, why am I so alone? Why is it that I can't talk to anyone? The truth is clear. You're cutting yourself off from the world. Don't comfort yourself with lies like, I don't need to socialize, or I'm not good with people. The more you run away, the lonely you will feel, and you'll learn that you've lost your social skills in the end. It will be hard for you to talk to people. You'll feel awkward in public, and over time, you'll stop being social. We need to end this right now. Leave the house, call a friend, go to an event, and talk to people. You'll rot in your comfort zone if you stay there. You'll miss out on things at work, in relationships, and in chances if you don't work on your social skills. There's more to the world than just this room. You will always be alone if you don't get out. Get up and do something right now. Not sleeping at regular times. You are ruining your life if you talk on the phone for hours at night, fall asleep in the morning, and then feel tired all day. Not getting enough sleep at normal times will hurt your body and mind. The next morning you're tired, and all day you don't have much energy. You can't focus, and you can't get anything done quickly. After that, you think silly thoughts like, why can't I do anything? Why can't I even curb my bad habits? Don't say things like, I work better at night, or I don't like getting up early. Your body has a biological cycle that changes when you change it. Not getting enough sleep hurts both your body and mind. You lose focus, you become less able to make choices, and your feelings get worse. You need to get enough sleep if you want to be successful. Wake up now and make sleeping a habit. Stick to the same bedtime and wake-up time every day. Also, don't play with your phone before bed. A bad night's sleep leads to a bad life. Getting enough sleep is important if you don't want to be tired and useless all the time. Do what you need to do and stop making excuses. Get your life in order. Not managing money well. You are the only one to blame if you can't make ends meet and always complain about not having enough money. People who can't handle their money can't handle their lives either. You say, "I don't have enough money," even though you don't know how much money you make or spend. You don't have any because you don't know how to handle money. You waste money on things you don't need and then whine when you don't have any money left. You have money for coffee, going out to eat, and silly shopping. But you say, "I have no money" when it comes to spending and saving. You are not changing the way you spend your money, so it is not going where it should. Get up now. Write down everything you spend money on. Figure out how much money you make and spend. Stop buying things you don't need and spend your money carefully. If you never save any money, you will always be someone who moans about not having enough money. It won't matter how much money you have if you don't know how to handle it. Follow the rules, spend your money wisely, and use it right. You will be slave to money for the rest of your life if you don't. Get up right now and take care of your money. Not getting things in order. It's the worst mistake of your life if you feel alone and still haven't caught up with your life. If you look in the mirror every morning and see that you're messy and dirty, you need to feel bad about how mean you are to yourself. You won't have anyone tell you, "Get up, get yourself together." You can't respect your life if you don't respect yourself. You will rot even more if you are lazy and messy every day. The chaos inside you shows up on the outside. Being lonely is not a reason to be lazy. There's no need to make things worse just because you feel alone. Not taking care of your hair and clothes is bad for both your body and your mood. You have control over everything. You need to change something if you wake up every day in a bad mood. I will tell you, because no one else will. Things will get worse if you don't value yourself. Every day, your bad mood will make things worse for you. You will lose yourself if you don't take care of yourself. You will go backwards every day until one day you won't be able to move. No one wants to see you like this, but no one can fix you. Take a deep breath and get up. If you don't, your bad mood will get so bad that it will kill you. If you keep living this way, no one will save you or help you get back on your feet. Why are you still here? You have chosen to fall apart. You will always have to start over if you don't do anything. Get yourself together right away, or you'll look back and wonder, what have I become? Living without a reason. Life has no point if you don't have a reason for living it. When you wake up in the morning and have nothing to do, or when days go by with nothing happening, being alone will wear you down. Living a life with no goals is a waste of time. Every day will be the same if you don't make a plan. Being alone makes you impossible to solve problems and dulls your thoughts. It's a waste of time to have no plans. Every day that you live without making or achieving anything shrinks you more. It takes away your time. If you don't have any goals, all you know is that your life is empty. There is a way for everyone, but if you can't find it, you'll drown. Everything is a mess if you don't have a plan. When you're this lonely, you're not just by yourself. You're in a deep hole. You are just watching time pass by if you don't have a goal or a reason for being. You don't even deserve to live if you don't have a reason to. If you wake up every day and don't know what to do, you're just living. Don't forget that time is the most important thing. You will end up doing nothing if you don't have a reason to live. After many years, you will look back and ask yourself, what have I done? You will just wait and disappear if you don't do anything. Don't play sports. You have no reason. There is a lot of damage being done to you slowly if you say that you are alone and have time to be lazy. Not taking care of your mental health hurts your physical health too. You will not even be able to stand up and look at yourself in the mirror one day. In addition to making your body healthier, Exercise also makes your mind healthier. Every day you get weaker if you don't get up from the chair. Don't believe that being alone makes you lazy. After a while of doing the same things every day, your body will give up. Your body will kill you if you don't move. Being stuck in one place makes you sick, weak, and unlivable. Every day sitting around will kill you mentally and physically. You fall apart on the inside as well as the outside if you don't work out. You will fall apart before you get old if you don't do anything. Your body will rust and your mind will get lazy. One day, when you wake up and look at yourself, all you'll see is a mess. When you don't work out, you get stuck. The body gets weaker, health worsens, and energy levels drop when muscles don't work. Weakness in the body makes the mind weak too. You will turn into a pile if you don't do anything. You kill a little more every minute you don't work out. You will have problems with your body if you don't take care of it. Get up and move around already. Or you'll cry one day and ask, what have I become? Not putting enough emphasis on personal growth. If you don't put effort into mental growth, you're hurting your own brain. Do not waste any more time. If you do not learn anything and get better, then you are dead. Why do you live? Is it enough for you to be a normal, simple person and do the same things every day? You will lose brain power if you don't read books and learn new things. You only survive, not live, if you do the same thing every day and don't learn anything new. Mental laziness takes over, and then you wake up one day to find that you're in charge of everything. You go backwards if you don't keep getting better. Every day you need to learn something new. If not, you're just an empty person who wakes up and goes to sleep. You have to work on yourself. You can't avoid it. You need to learn something new every day if you want to be creative and flow like a river. There is only way to keep your life from becoming dull. Be hungry for knowledge. It's important to change with the times, or you'll lose touch with the rest of the world and look old. You will move farther and farther backwards every day. You will be nothing but body and blood if you don't work on your own mind. Being mentally lazy will kill you. Stopping to learn will make you forget things and become stupid over time. You need to find out how much you can do. You won't be able to go back if you don't improve your brain. Do something right now to learn something and get better. You will feel bad about it one day if you don't. Not giving up bad habits. Staying stuck in bad habits hurts you. Drugs, alcohol, and tobacco all make you feel worse. They hold you back like chains. Do you think they make you feel better when you're sad? No, they are just a trick. Knowing that someone like you is hooked on these things shows how little you value your life. If you don't value yourself, it means you're getting worse. Each drink, cigarette, or drug dose takes you further away from real life and turns you into a walking zombie. Why is that? To feel better for a short time. However, that comfort is only a short-term feeling of well-being. You just run away from the real problems, and each time you do that, you go backwards. You will only hurt yourself if you keep up these bad habits. If someone is hooked on them, they are already putting their own life in danger. Being happy with these habits because you feel like you're not useful means you're not living for yourself. You can't get rid of these bad habits, so just accept it. No, drinking or smoking will not make you feel better. Instead, they will make you feel worse. A brief moment of rest will hurt you in the long run. You need to do everything you can to break these habits right now. A process that lasts for years leads to self-harm. You will not be the strong person you used to be because of these habits. We need to stop these bad habits now. Stop hurting yourself all the time. Getting hooked on technology. When you're hooked on technology, you can forget about real life. We all know that people who spend all day on their phones, computers, or video games are missing out on life. You can't enjoy life when you're stuck in front of a computer. Getting lost in the virtual world means stepping away from the real world more and more. If technology makes you happy, you should be scared of what you can do in real life. When you spend hours on social networks looking at other people's lives, you're actually taking your own. Technology locks you up and makes you more reliant on other people. You can only be truly successful in the real world, not in a fake one. You will wake up one day and wonder, where have I been? If you sat in front of a screen all day, you become a slave to the internet world if you don't build your real life. You don't seem to be in charge of your own life, so why would you look at other people's? Pay attention to your own life and return to the real world. Do not let technology run your life. Games, your phone, or your computer can't run your life. Check out other people's lives, but don't try to copy them. Instead, build your own life. Keep your cool in front of the screens if you want to do well. You waste an hour of your time every time you sit down at a computer. You're not living in the real world. Don't let computers take over your life, or you'll end up like someone who has never done anything. Again, I'll say it. Do something, get off the screen, and start winning in real life. Do not let technology run your life. Take charge of your life. Failure to handle time well. You can't run your life if you can't run your time. You are a loser if you always say, there isn't enough time. You are spending your time, which is the most important thing, without getting anything done. You don't even notice when the days pass. You keep sleeping and spending time on pointless things, but time keeps going by. Every day ask yourself, what did I do today? You already know the answer, nothing. Do not waste time because you do not have a plan or a goal. You can't stand the time. Every minute you don't do anything hurts you more. You need to use your time well if you want to get something done. And if you keep going with the flow of the day without a plan, you know what will happen. You will fail. Your dreams won't come true, and your life won't have any value as long as you can't stop time. You'll notice that something goes by you. You won't be able to get anything done one day if you keep putting things off. To be successful, you need to do the right thing at the right time. You're just making an excuse every day if you say, I don't have time. You won't do anything if you really don't have time. You need to learn how to use your time well. If you don't, life will run your life instead of you running it. That easy. Don't waste time. One day you'll wake up and realize that your life went by so quickly that all you will feel is sorrow. Do something right away. Don't wait. Being a person who is weak and complains. If you complain and feel useless, you're not interested in your life. It's going to get worse as you feel more powerless. Complaining all the time shows that you are weak. What are you going to do when things get tough? You will not get anywhere by complaining. You can change things, but you just sit there and blame other people. If you keep telling yourself, I can't do it, or it's hard, you don't want to do anything. Giving up in the face of trouble makes you even smaller. Stop whining and do something if you really want to change things. You try your best to fail every test that life gives you. You become a bigger problem when you complain all the time. Don't forget this. No one can make your life easy, make you happy, or help you succeed. You need to find your own way. Giving up is a sign of weakness. Don't feel sorry for yourself or blame other people. You will fight your own battle. But first, stop whining. If you're having a bad day, don't blame other people. Instead, blame yourself. Change your life and come up with your own answers. There is nothing hard about it. There is only doing it. Don't keep whining. Instead, work on your issues. Day after day, you lose when you complain. To change, all you have to do is one thing: not having a job to help you get better. It's a waste of time to not have a job that helps you get better. Do not think of yourself as alive if you do nothing every day, or waste your time doing nothing. People who don't have a goal and just go through the days are really wasting their time. Don't try to get better. One day you'll wake up and feel bad about what you did. If you don't want to see what you've done, don't look. But if you want to be truly successful, you need to focus on something and get better. Every day you need to learn something new to stay alive. You are going backwards every day that you don't learn something new or start a new hobby. Living your life to the fullest keeps you from noticing how quickly time goes by. Today, to be useful, you need to work hard and learn more than other people. You are nothing but an empty being if you don't try to get better. Every new skill or piece of information you learn moves you forward. You will lose time, though, if you do nothing. If you don't do something, the years will go by and all you'll remember is, "What did I do?" Select a road, keep your attention on it, and learn something every day if you don't want to get lost in this void. Don't waste your life. If you live by yourself, don't hurt yourself such ways. You are in charge of your life. Take one more step every day. Be focused. Own your life. Keep your eye on your goals. Get rid of everything you don't want and break bad habits. Every day and every second is a chance. You must know what you want to do, who you want to be, and what you want to accomplish. If not, you'll wake up one day and ask, "What have I become?" And you'll never live again. Don't put off your life, your future, or yourself. You can choose to go your own way, or the world will crush you. A lot of people believe that living alone is free. However, if you can't keep yourself in check, that freedom will slowly get the best of you. Living by yourself is a test, and most people fail it because they make bad choices, get lazy, and break their own rules. I am going to show you 14 terrible things you should not do if you live alone today. Get your act together if you're making them. Let's do it. Having a messy and dirty home. Take a look around. If where you live is a dump, you probably are too. You leave yourself when you leave your house. If your life is a mess right now, you should feel bad about it. Order and cleanliness are for you, not other people. If you've made your home a dump, your life will also be a dump. Living in a messy and dirty house will make it hard for you to focus and drive yourself to be better. If you don't pay attention, your brain gets lost in the dirt, and you slowly start to get worse. You get used to being lazy, putting things off, and ignoring the mess. Then what takes place? You don't care about other things in your life, like your work, your relationships, or your goals. When someone lives in a house full of junk, that junk starts to become a part of them. Stop being so embarrassing. Do the dishes right now. Don't throw clothes on the chair. Put them in the closet or the box. Get rid of everything around you that you don't need. The more you have, the more chaos you make. It's important to clean for at least 10 minutes every day. If you can't do this, nothing else will work out. Getting used to having a dirty home is like getting used to having a bad life. Don't forget to clean up after yourself if you respect yourself. If you don't, you will lose every day. Don't explain yourself. Get up and clean. Not taking in healthy food. What you eat makes you who you are. If you constantly eat fast food and junk food and feel like crap, it's clear why. Your body shows what you put into it. It is a given that if you eat bad food, you will feel lazy, lack energy, and be tired and worn out. It will be hard to get out of bed in the morning, and you'll feel like you're going nowhere all day. After that, you'll ask yourself pointless things like, "Why do I feel so bad?" That's a clear answer. You're putting trash into your body. There's no good reason. You're not getting anywhere by telling yourself things like, "It's hard to cook healthy," "I don't have time," or "I can't afford it." You are really lazy and lack self-discipline. You don't even value yourself. You are slowly falling apart because of the processed foods, sugary drinks, and greasy fast food you buy at the store. You are mentally and physically falling apart. Your mind is foggy, you don't have much energy, and you have no drive. How you feel tomorrow will depend on what you eat today. Start with what you eat if you want to be healthy and focused. Do not eat bad food. Instead, drink water, eat protein, and eat veggies. Healthy food is easy to make. You're just too lazy to do it. Now get up, go to the kitchen, and make your body something good. You will always be average if you don't even do that. Not talking to anyone at all. If you stay inside for days without talking to anyone, you're doing something very wrong. Man is social by nature, and over time, if you spend too much time alone, you will lose your edge. You lose your memory, feel bad about yourself, and even lose your zest for life. Then you ask, "Why am I so alone? Why is it that I can't talk to anyone?" The truth is clear. You're cutting yourself off from the world. Don't comfort yourself with reasons like, "I don't need to connect with other people," or "I'm not good with people." As time goes on, running away will only make you feel more alone, and you'll learn that you've forgotten how to get along with other people. It will be hard for you to talk to people. You'll feel awkward in public, and over time, you'll stop being social. It's time to end this mess. Leave the house, call a friend, go to an event, and talk to people. You will rot in your safe zone if you stay there. You will miss out on things at work, in relationships, and in opportunities if you don't work on your social skills. There's more to the world than just this room. You will always be alone if you don't go out. Get up and do something right now. Having trouble sleeping at times, you are ruining your life if you talk on the phone for hours at night, fall asleep in the morning, and then feel tired all day. Not getting enough sleep at normal times will hurt your body and mind. You wake up tired and don't have much energy during the day. You can't focus and get anything done quickly. After that, you think silly thoughts like, "Why can't I do anything? Why can't I even curb my bad habits?" Don't say things like, "I work better at night," or "I don't like getting up early." Your body has a biological cycle that changes when you change it. Not getting enough sleep hurts both your body and mind. Your ability to focus gets worse. You have trouble making choices, and your feelings get worse. The way you sleep is very important if you want to be successful. Get up right now and make up your mind to sleep. Every day, go to bed and wake up at the same time. Also, don't play with your phone before bed. A bad night's sleep leads to a bad life. You will be tired, worn out, and unable to do anything every day if you don't plan your sleep. Admit when you're wrong, follow through, and get your life in order. Not managing money well. You are the only one to blame if you can't make ends meet and always worry about not having enough money. People who can't handle their money can't handle their lives either. You say, "I don't have enough money," even though you don't know how much money you make or spend. You don't have any because you don't know how to handle money. You waste money on things you don't need and then whine when you don't have any money left. You say you don't have any money, when you really mean you do, but you spend it on coffee, eating out and silly things. You are spending your money on the wrong things, and you aren't doing anything to change that. Get up already. Keep track of your spending. Figure out how much money you make and how much you spend. Stop buying things you don't need, and be smart about how you spend your money. Nobody will ever be able to stop complaining about not having enough money if they never save a penny. It won't matter how much money you have if you don't know how to handle it. Follow the rules, spend your money wisely, and use it right. You will be slave to money for the rest of your life if you don't. Get up right now and take care of your money. Not getting things in order. It's the worst mistake of your life if you feel alone and still haven't caught up with your life. If you look in the mirror every morning and see that you are messy and dirty, you need to feel bad about how mean you are to yourself. There's no one who will tell you to get up and get organized. You can't respect your life if you don't respect yourself. You will rot even more if you are lazy and messy every day. The chaos inside you shows up on the outside. Being lonely is not a reason to be lazy. You may feel alone, but that shouldn't make things worse. Not taking care of your hair and clothes is bad for both your body and your mood. You are in charge of everything. You need to change something if you wake up every day in a bad mood. I will tell you, because no one else will. Things will get worse if you don't value yourself. Every day, your bad mood will make things worse for you. You will lose who you are over time if you don't take care of yourself. You'll go backwards every day, and one day you won't even be able to take a step. No one wants to see you like this, but no one can fix you. Take a deep breath and get up. If you don't, your bad mood will get so bad that it will kill you. If you keep living this way, no one will save you or help you get back on your feet. Why are you still here? You have chosen to fall apart. You will always have to start over if you don't do anything. Get yourself together right away, or you'll look back and wonder, what have I become? Living without a reason. Life has no point if you don't have a reason for living it. When you wake up in the morning and have nothing to do, or when days go by with nothing happening, being alone will wear you down. You are losing your life if you don't have a reason to live. Every day will be the same if you don't make a plan. Being alone makes you impossible to solve problems and dulls your thoughts. It's a waste of time to have no plans. Every day that you live without making or achieving anything shrinks you more. It takes away your time. If you don't have any goals, all you know is that your life is empty. There is a way for everyone, but if you can't find it, you'll drown. Everything's a mess if you don't have a plan. At this point, being lonely doesn't just leave you alone. It puts you in a deep hole. If you don't have a reason for being, you're just letting time pass. You don't even have the right to live if you don't have a reason to. If you wake up every day and don't know what to do, you're just living. Don't forget that time is the most important thing. You will end up doing nothing if you don't have a reason to live. After many years, you will look back and ask yourself, what have I done? You will just wait and disappear if you don't do anything. Don't play sports. You have no reason. If you say you're by yourself and have time to be lazy, you should know that things are going badly for you. Not taking care of your mental health hurts your physical health too. You will not even be able to stand up and look at yourself in the mirror one day. In addition to making your body healthier, exercise also makes your mind healthier. Every day you get weaker if you don't get up from the chair. Don't believe that being alone makes you lazy. After a while of doing the same things every day, your body will give up. Your body will kill you if you don't move. Being stuck in one place makes you sick, weak, and unlivable. Spending all day sitting around is bad for your mind and body. You fall apart on the inside as well as the outside if you don't work out. You will fall apart before you get old if you don't do anything. Your body will rust and your mind will get lazy. One day, when you wake up and look at yourself, all you'll see is a mess. When you don't work out, you get stuck. The body gets weaker, health worsens, and energy levels drop when muscles don't work. Weakness in the body makes the mind weak too. You will turn into a pile if you don't do anything. You kill a little more every minute you don't work out. You will have problems with your body if you don't take care of it. Get up and move around already. Or you'll cry one day and ask, what have I become? Not putting enough emphasis on personal growth. If you don't put effort into mental growth, you're hurting your own brain. Do not waste any more time. If you do not learn anything and get better, then you are dead. Why do you live? Is it enough for you to be a normal, simple person and do the same things every day? You will lose brain power if you don't read books and learn new things. You only survive, not live, if you do the same thing every day and don't learn anything new. Mental laziness takes over, and then you wake up one day to find that you're in charge of everything. You go backwards if you don't keep getting better. Every day you need to learn something new. If not, you're just an empty person who wakes up and goes to sleep. You have to work on yourself. You can't avoid it. You need to learn something new every day if you want to be creative and flow like a river. There is only way to keep your life from becoming dull. Be hungry for knowledge. It's important to change with the times, or you'll lose touch with the rest of the world and look old. You will move farther and farther backwards every day. You will be nothing but body and blood if you don't work on your own mind. Being mentally lazy will kill you. Stopping to learn will make you forget things and become stupid over time. You need to find out how much you can do. You won't be able to go back if you don't improve your brain. Do something right now to learn something and get better. You will feel bad about it one day if you don't. Not giving up bad habits. Staying stuck in bad habits hurts you. Drugs, alcohol, and tobacco all make you feel worse. They hold you back like chains. Do you think they make you feel better when you're sad? No, they are just a trick. Knowing that someone like you is hooked on these things shows how little you value your life. If you don't value yourself, it means you're getting worse. Each drink, cigarette, or drug dose takes you further away from real life and turns you into a walking zombie. Why is that? To feel better for a short time. However, that comfort is only a short-term feeling of well-being. You just run away from the real problems, and each time you do that, you go backwards. You will only hurt yourself if you keep up these bad habits. If someone is hooked on them, they are already putting their own life in danger. Being happy with these habits, because you feel like you're not useful, means you're not living for yourself. You can't get rid of these bad habits, so just accept it. No, drinking or smoking will not make you feel better. Instead, they will make you feel worse. A brief moment of rest will hurt you in the long run. You need to do everything you can to break these habits right now. A process that lasts for years leads to self-harm. You will not be the strong person you used to be because of these habits. We need to stop these bad habits now. Stop hurting yourself all the time. Getting hooked on technology. When you're hooked on technology, you can forget about real life. We all know that people who spend all day on their phones, computers, or video games are missing out on life. You can't enjoy life when you're stuck in front of a computer. Getting lost in the virtual world means stepping away from the real world more and more. If technology makes you happy, you should be scared of what you can do in real life. When you spend hours on social networks looking at other people's lives, you're actually taking your own. Technology locks you up and makes you more reliant on other people. You can only be truly successful in the real world, not in a fake one. You will wake up one day and wonder, where have I been? If you sat in front of a screen all day, you become a slave to the internet world if you don't build your real life. You don't seem to be in charge of your own life, so why would you look at other people's? Pay attention to your own life and return to the real world. Do not let technology run your life. Games, your phone, or your computer can't run your life. Check out other people's lives, but don't try to copy them. Instead, build your own life. Keep your cool in front of the screens if you want to do well. You waste an hour of your time every time you sit down at a computer. You're not living in the real world. Don't let computers take over your life, or you'll end up like someone who has never done anything. Again, I'll say it. Do something, get off the screen, and start winning in real life. Do not let technology run your life. Take charge of your life. Failure to handle time well. You can't run your life if you can't run your time. You are a loser if you always say, there isn't enough time. You are spending your time, which is the most important thing, without getting anything done. You don't even notice when the days pass. You keep sleeping and spending time on pointless things, but time keeps going by. Every day, ask yourself, what did I do today? You already know the answer. Nothing. Do not waste time because you do not have a plan or a goal. You can't stand the time. Every minute you don't do anything hurts you more. You need to use your time well if you want to get something done. And if you keep going with the flow of the day without a plan, you know what will happen. You will fail. Your dreams won't come true, and your life won't have any value as long as you can't stop time. You'll notice that something goes by you. You won't be able to get anything done one day if you keep putting things off. To be successful, you need to do the right thing at the right time. You're just making an excuse every day if you say, I don't have time. You won't do anything if you really don't have time. You need to learn how to use your time well. If you don't, life will run your life instead of you running it. That easy. Don't waste time. One day you'll wake up and realize that your life went by so quickly that all you will feel is sorrow. Do something right away. Don't wait. Being a weak and whiny person. To be a whiny, weak person is to not care about your life. It's going to get worse as you feel more powerless. Complaining all the time shows that you are weak. What are you going to do when things get tough? You will not get anywhere by complaining. You can change things, but you just sit there and blame other people. If you keep telling yourself, I can't do it, or it's hard, you don't want to do anything. Giving up every time things get hard makes you even smaller. Stop whining and do something if you really want to change things. You try your best to fail every test that life gives you. You become a bigger problem when you complain all the time. Don't forget this. No one can make your life easy, make you happy, or help you succeed. You need to find your own way. Giving up is a sign of weakness. Don't feel sorry for yourself or blame other people. You will fight your own battle, but first stop whining. If you're having a bad day, don't blame other people. Instead, blame yourself. Change your life and come up with your own answers. There is nothing hard about it. There is only doing it. Don't keep whining. Instead, work on your issues. Day after day, you lose when you complain. To change, all you have to do is one thing: not having a job to help you get better. It's a waste of time to not have a job that helps you get better. Do not think of yourself as alive if you do nothing every day, or waste your time doing nothing. People who don't have a goal and just go through the days are really wasting their time. Don't try to get better. One day you'll wake up and feel bad about what you did. If you don't want to see what you've done, don't look. But if you want to be truly successful, you need to focus on something and get better. Every day you need to learn something new to stay alive. You are going backwards every day that you don't learn something new or start a new hobby. Living your life to the fullest keeps you from noticing how quickly time goes by. Today, to be useful, you need to work hard and learn more than other people. You are nothing but an empty being if you don't try to get better. Every new skill or piece of information you learn moves you forward. You will lose time, though, if you do nothing. If you don't do something, the years will go by, and all you'll remember is, what did I do? Select a road, keep your attention on it, and learn something every day if you don't want to get lost in this void. Don't waste your life. You are not here to merely occupy space until the last page of your calendar is torn away. You are here to expand, to rise above your own limitations, and to cast off any illusions that keep you from your goals. Every moment you let slip without an intention is a moment that dilutes your presence in this world. The drive to become better, to develop new talents, to feed your mind, and to strengthen your body and spirit is the furnace that keeps life's brightness alive. If you step away from this inner fire and turn your back on the possibilities waiting at every corner, you give fate permission to write a dull script for your life. You drift through days and nights with no progress, and you forfeit the satisfaction of growth that is your birthright. You might imagine that stagnation brings comfort, that refusing to challenge yourself leaves you safe from judgment and failure. But this is a mirage, a falsity that only leads to deeper emptiness. When you fail to ascend, you remain in a place of restless longing, inwardly knowing that you aren't living up to your capabilities. This dissonance grows over the years, molding itself into regret, feeding upon each day that passes unmarked by any personal evolution. Time never halts its flow. It doesn't care whether you're purposeful or idle, hungry for knowledge or content with mediocrity. It moves forward as you remain stuck, storing unspent days in the vault of missed opportunities. You may wake up one day to discover that the reflection in your mirror is a faint echo of the person you once wanted to be. Old aspirations now appear distant, voices from a past life you barely recognize. The script of your destiny has been left unwritten, not because you had no power to write it, but because you never put pen to paper. This realization can shake you to your core, or it can numb you until you don't even feel the tragedy of your unlived potential. The only remedy is action, solid, daily, persistent action that starts from precisely where you stand. No matter how far you believe you've drifted, no matter how many hours you've wasted in passivity, the moment you decide to claim your life is the moment that slumbering power within you awakens. It is an illusion to think that your future lies far in the distance. Your future is always built in the immediate next heartbeat. By reading a page, taking a walk, learning a craft, or reflecting on your mindset, you build your next hour, your next day, and eventually the entire tapestry of your existence. The paradox is that these single, seemingly insignificant choices, repeated consistently, shape your destiny more than any grand plan you might dream of. People lament that they're overwhelmed, that the path to a better life is too vast, but it is exactly in the smallest, simplest acts that real transformation occurs. Life doesn't demand that you leap impossible chasms. It only asks that you take purposeful steps, one after another, guided by self-respect, and a desire to become more than you are now. Your potential is waiting to be accessed, like a book that remains unopened on the shelf of your mind. It might be the capacity to master a musical instrument, to learn a new language, to become an excellent writer, or to transform your understanding of the world through philosophy or science. Whatever form it takes, it remains dormant until you reach out with active intention. It may appear daunting, but in truth, it is as natural as breathing to stretch toward newness. Life in its essence is perpetual growth. Seeds sprout into trees, children become adults, and knowledge unfolds into wisdom. By refusing growth, you defy one of the fundamental rhythms of the universe. Instead, why not align with it and discover the possibilities that unfold when you engage in the flow of learning and self-improvement? The real enemy of your potential is neither time nor circumstance, but complacency. Complacency whispers that you've done enough, that tomorrow is another day, that you can wait for the perfect mood or the perfect situation to act. But tomorrow is a blank check that often goes uncashed. The more you delay your personal expansion, the harder it becomes to pick up momentum again. Patterns set in, and your mind accustoms itself to a state of inertia. You start justifying to yourself that your dreams are unrealistic, or that you lack the innate talent to achieve them, while in reality you are simply out of practice with the effort it takes to grow. You forget that excellence is a habit formed by consistent engagement, not a spontaneous gift handed to a select few. By forging a life of daily improvement, you also open doors to deeper confidence. The knowledge that you are better today than yesterday builds a sturdy sense of self-worth. You take pride in your progress, in each small step accomplished, in each new piece of knowledge assimilated. This self-affirmation extends into every corner of your life. You begin to tackle challenges with optimism, approach relationships with sincerity, and plan your finances with intention. Even your rest becomes meaningful because you know you've earned it through the sweat of genuine effort rather than the resignation of passivity. You no longer feel time slipping away as something you can't control. You start to measure it in increments of achievement. When you adopt this mindset of growth, your solitude also becomes an ally instead of a burden. Living alone doesn't have to be a curse if you use that space for reflection, practice, and self-discovery. The world can rush by outside your windows, but inside your sanctuary, you find your center. Instead of letting isolation erode you, you channel that quiet into reading, exercising, creating, or planning. You are not afraid to sit with your own thoughts, because you have fashioned them into constructive forces. Fear, insecurity, and doubt may arise as they do in every human mind, but now you have a framework for addressing them. You face them head-on, glean lessons from them, and transform them into energies for movement. Day by day, you become a person who can stand alone without feeling lonely, because your own presence is dynamic and engaging. New ideas circulate in your head. Your body vibrates with the health you cultivate through mindful habits. Your environment sparkles with order, reflecting the harmony you're creating within. Other people notice your transformation. They sense a calm perseverance in your demeanor, a quiet assurance that you are steering your life with steady hands. You haven't arrived at this peace by chance, but through hundreds of micro-decisions that align with your chosen direction. You no longer feel the need to fill the emptiness with fleeting pleasures or compulsive distractions, because you've made productivity and creativity part of your foundational nature. Once you see how fulfilling it is to be in control of your growth, it becomes increasingly difficult to revert to complacency. The glimpse of progress acts like a beacon, guiding you to replicate and exceed yesterday's achievements. You get a thrill from forging new neural pathways, from feeling your body adapt to physical challenges, from glimpsing fresh horizons of knowledge. The satisfaction that once came from ephemeral indulgences pales in comparison to the quieter but more profound satisfaction of mastery, discipline, and resilience. It's a joyous, self-sustaining cycle. Growth fosters motivation, and motivation fuels further growth. Of course, the path isn't without hurdles. You'll experience setbacks, days when your discipline wavers, when your mind is clouded by doubts, or when you question whether this journey truly matters. But these moments are also opportunities to deepen your commitment. If you can remain calm when motivation ebbs, if you can continue in your practices despite feeling uninspired, then you achieve a new layer of mental strength. You recognize that maturity is in doing what's beneficial for you even when the initial excitement has worn off. That is how you transform fleeting passion into lifelong perseverance. You are forging a mind that, while it can appreciate moments of rest and enjoyment, never surrenders its overarching desire to progress. Obstacles do not exist to be curses, but to be catalysts. A portion of wisdom from ancient thinkers reminds us that adversity is merely a test, a measuring rod for how deeply we've anchored our values and goals. When you embrace challenge, you transform fear into courage and frustration into determination. Each trial surmounted adds bricks to the fortress of your self-esteem. You discover more about your potential strengths and also about your hidden weaknesses, which themselves become areas ripe for constructive attention. Instead of shying away from what you cannot do, you break it down into smaller segments and practice until it becomes possible. Your living environment, too, becomes a reflection of your respect for yourself. The routine of tidying your space each day or cooking nutritious meals is not a chore you must resent, but a ritual that honors your life. This sense of respect extends to how you use your time, your energy, and even your money. By cleaning up the tangibles around you, you also clarify the intangibles within you. The methodical action of putting things in their place teaches you how to bring order to your thoughts and emotions. The repeated pattern of preparing wholesome meals trains you to nurture yourself with what benefits you most. In the details of your daily routine, you find countless openings to refine your habits and align them more fully with your long-term intentions. When you rise each morning, you can light your mind with a simple vow: to make today an improvement upon yesterday. It might be a tiny tweak, a new stretch, a fresh page read, a single constructive phone call made. But these small changes accumulate like drops of water shaping a canyon. Over weeks and months, you look back and see that what once felt like insurmountable differences between who you are and who you want to be have eroded. You've inched closer to that ideal version of yourself, and the horizon of possibility grows broader. You realize that the depth of what you can achieve is not fixed by your past, but expanded by your everyday choices. There will always be distractions, emotional triggers, and the lure of unproductive habits. Perhaps the biggest deception is telling yourself that you lack the willpower or energy to strive for better. Yet, willpower's not an innate trait reserved for a few. It's a muscle that develops with consistent practice. In the same way you gain strength by lifting a weight repeatedly, you gain discipline by following through on small promises to yourself, again and again. Fail to cultivate this inner muscle, and it weakens from disuse. Exercise it regularly, and you develop formidable resilience that can withstand life's storms. Fear of failure frequently stops people from starting. They believe that if they cannot guarantee a brilliant outcome, it's safer not to try. But what is failure if not a feedback mechanism, an unmasking of assumptions or weaknesses that can be improved upon? Without failing, you learn nothing about your boundaries. With it, you discover where your edges lie and how to sharpen or extend them. The real danger is succeeding at nothing simply because you never risked anything. It's a life of safe emptiness, where you avoid mistakes at the cost of never unlocking your full capacity. By reinterpreting failure as growth, you free yourself to engage wholeheartedly in the process. Comparisons to others can also sap your determination. It's easy to get lost in envy or discouragement when you see someone else excelling in an area where you've barely begun. But their progress need not diminish you. Instead, use it as a spark. Observe what they do, their habits, their mindset, their strategies. Learn from them. Celebrate their achievements while remaining focused on your own trajectory. Life isn't a race with a single finish line. It's more like an individual expedition where each person charts distinct paths according to their calling. Indeed, the only comparison that truly matters is whether you are better than you were yesterday. If the answer is yes, even by a fraction, you are moving in the right direction. Internal negativity, however, often stands in the way. It might cloak itself as cynicism, self-criticism, or raw doubt. These voices question your dreams, belittle your attempts, and remind you of past disappointments. Yet, if you inspect these internal obstacles more closely, you'll see they are echoes of fear or learned patterns. They aren't essential truths. You can consciously unlearn the negativity by replacing it with encouraging statements, by celebrating small milestones, or by surrounding yourself with people and information that support positivity. The brain is malleable, and whatever you feed it becomes the default mode over time. If you repeatedly tell yourself you can't, you'll prove yourself right. If you repeatedly affirm your capacity to grow, you'll find ways to do so. When you gain internal clarity, your outward actions become more decisive. Procrastination loses its grip because your reasons for moving forward are now stronger than the inertia of staying still. You feel compelled to use every bit of time with purpose. Even your leisure hours become mindful. Moments of relaxation turn into forms of restoration that prepare you for the next round of effort instead of mindless escapes that leave you feeling more drained. The calm you cultivate allows you to see more opportunities and to value each day as a gift. You embrace the present moment not just for fleeting pleasures, but as a golden chance to cultivate your future harvest. There is also an important connection between the mind and body in this pursuit of betterment. Physical exercise isn't just about building a more agile physique. It also fosters mental resilience and emotional stability. The discipline involved in pushing your muscles mirrors the discipline needed to push past mental barriers. There's a reason that so many high achievers incorporate regular workouts or daily physical activities into their routines. They recognize that the state of the body influences the state of the mind. Endorphins released during exercise enhance your mood, sharpen your focus, and reduce stress. You return from a good workout session not only with stronger muscles, but also with renewed confidence to tackle tasks that challenge your intellect or creativity. Even small acts of self-care, like taking a quiet walk to reflect on your day or preparing a fresh meal, become stepping stones toward the larger aim of continuous self-improvement. These acts align your spirit with growth, reaffirming the message, "I'm worth the effort." And the more you show yourself such respect, the less you tolerate toxic behaviors or influences. You guard your energy and your peace of mind, because you understand their direct impact on your path. You don't do this from a place of arrogance. You do it from self-understanding, acknowledging that you can only pour into the world what you have first cultivated within. Draining environments and negative relationships no longer feel permissible because they pull you backwards from everything you're working to accomplish. Over time, this consistent approach to development fosters what can be called an internal leadership. You become the leader of your own life, setting the tone for your thoughts and actions, regardless of external approval or disapproval. This leadership means you hold yourself accountable, you track your progress, and you correct your trajectory when you notice drift. You don't wait passively for circumstances to change. You initiate the changes you need. You become a quiet force that others might admire or seek advice from. Those who witness your steady transformation may wonder what ignited it, but the simple truth is that you decided to honor your life with genuine commitment. Some days, your drive may be less than at other times, and that's entirely normal. The path of growth isn't a straight line. It's a rolling landscape with peaks of inspiration and valleys of doubt or fatigue. However, if your foundation is built on true determination, you push through the low points without giving up. You recalibrate if necessary, maybe adjusting your tactics or your timeline, but you don't toss away your overarching vision. That unwavering dedication to the bigger picture is what sets you apart from someone who quits at the first sign of struggle. In the end, resilience is about standing back up more times than you fall. When you reach a certain point in your journey, you'll notice an internal shift where you become less fixated on short-term wins and more enthralled by the process itself. Achievements, whether skill milestones, better health markers, or financial gains, will still bring joy, but the daily practice and the ongoing act of improvement will become equally rewarding. You see the value in the synergy between self-discipline and creativity. Each day that you harness your will to generate something new, to refine your mind, or to elevate your surroundings, you experience a deep sense of fulfillment. This is real freedom, the knowledge that you can carve your path with self-determined choices instead of being directed by every external whim or impulse. As you taste this freedom more frequently, your perspective on life evolves. You begin noticing subtleties that previously escaped you. Colors become more vibrant, conversations are richer, nature more intriguing, and challenges more like puzzles than burdens. This heightened awareness arises because you are fully present, no longer seeking to flee reality through endless distractions. Paradoxically, your acceptance of all that reality entails, both good and bad, gives you greater peace than if you spent your energy fighting it. You understand that growth flourishes best in the soil of acceptance. You accept who you are now, with all your strengths and flaws, while also actively working to become a person who embodies higher levels of skill, understanding, and virtue.